Yo, 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 what's up? Matt, what's up, Michael? Blazer Dog in the house. Represent. So I decided to go live a little bit early. We got the Georgia Tech and Pitt game coming on here at 7. But I'm going to watch the end of this Oregon and USC game. What's up, Nick? How you guys doing? How you doing? How you doing? Kind of a shitty day of college football. I mean, I guess the Oklahoma game was interesting, but just a lot of duds today. A lot of teams playing nobodies. Now Lawson is hurt. I only got to watch about a half of the Clemson game. I've been running around all day, but I had to go pick up my son from work. Who do I have tonight? Pete. Well, I bet on Georgia Tech, -2.5. And I'm rooting for Georgia Tech, too. Both of those. What's up, fools? Yeah. I also have money on this game. I've got Southern Cal at +10.5. Right now, they're losing by, I think, 14. There's still a whole quarter left, though. And Southern Cal is about to get the ball back. This has been a high-scoring game from the get-go. Lawson had to be helped off the field. Yeah, I saw the first 2 quarters, and then I had to go pick. It took me like 45 minutes or almost an hour to go pick my son up from work. So I didn't see any of that. I was trying to listen to a little bit of it in my car. What's up, Yoda? On one of my bets today, I'm trying to figure out how to bet now. Take Georgia Tech -2.5. This is Haynes King last game at Bobby Dodd. This is a play-in game for the ACC championship for Georgia Tech. It's got ACC implications. It's got playoff implications. And it's senior night, last home game for the Nerds. So, but their defense is terrible. So, I mean, don't bet them based on what I'm saying. Please don't do that. I did win some bets today, though. I'm up, I think, like $65 today. I made 2 bets on SMU. I won both of those. I won the Oklahoma bet. I lost the Miami bet. They didn't cover the 18. I don't know why Nightbot's on here doing this. Don't click that link because I mean there won't be anybody there to talk to you. So let me turn that off. Forgot to do that. That's from the call-in show the other night. There we go. No more Nightbot. Yeah, so my lunch money picks on Monday night on the Lunch Money show was SMU -3. That hit. It looks like I was 2-2. What happened in the Duke game? What happened in Duke, North Carolina? Because I don't know. I had Duke -7. I don't even know what happened there. I had Florida State -5. I don't know. I really am dumb. Who in the hell would bet on Florida State? Boy, they are bad. They're worse than I thought they were. So I'll probably win. I'll probably hit the Duke one. I hit the SMU one. The Florida State one was a disaster, and the Miami one I had -18. They only won by 17. So I'm 2-2 on those picks. I actually didn't bet the Duke game though, so that's good. What's up, CJ? SMU Nation says Southern Methodist University. Yeah. They destroyed Louisville today. And I knew they would. I jumped all over that. I had $75 on that game. That was the easiest bet of the week for me. Florida State doesn't have the money to fire Norvell. Yeah, they're stuck with him. Not only are they stuck with him because of money reasons, they're stuck with him because nobody wants to go there. I mean, If they would have fired Mike Norvell 6 weeks ago like they should have, they might have had an outside shot at getting James Franklin. But instead, James Franklin went to Virginia Tech, so now they're screwed. Florida State will never recover from what Kirby did to them. They were bad before that. Kansas State and the Utes in a shootout. What channel is that on? I'm pretty sure all of the guys on game day today picked the Utes. Where's that at? Here it is, ESPN2. Southern Cal moving the ball. Let's go. What's up, Joel? Let's effing go Jackets. Yes. Let's go Jackets. Let's win Pete some money. Let's get Georgia Tech to the ACC championship game. Why not? Louisville actually lost. Holy shit. Yeah, Louisville's lost, what? 4 games in a row, I think. They've lost 4 games in a row. They started out the season, what was it? 7-0? And then they lost 7-4 now, I guess. Touchdown, Southern Cal. That makes it's about to be 28-35. They might score 100 points in this game. There's still a lot of time left in the fourth quarter here. What a pass. That's a hell of a pass. How about how bad Kentucky was today? Man, holy shit. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, that was another one of my big picks, and I don't know, I didn't bet on that one. I was going to take Vanderbilt. They were favored by less than 10 points, I think, or maybe it might have been somewhere around 10 points, but yeah, they blew them out. Was it 45-10 or so? The last time I checked, it was like 45-10. Southern Cal's going for 2 points here. What? Why? And it's incomplete. Why did they go for 2 there? What are they doing? What is the reason to go for 2 points there? Now you're down 8. Did y'all see earlier? Well, you probably didn't see it because nobody's watching the game. South Carolina's blowing out Coastal Carolina, right? And Shane Beamer goes for 2 points after a touchdown for no reason at all. Shane Beamer is such an idiot. Why would you go for 2 points, 2-point conversion when you're blowing the other team out? Kentucky and Louisville both got belted same day. Yeah, they did. The state of Kentucky is in dire straits. What's your opinion on teams that don't put names on the back of their jerseys? I don't really have an opinion. I think it's stupid. How many teams do that? Southern Cal is one of them, right? Penn State, I think, is another one. The service academies used to do it, but I'm pretty sure that they do it now. Notre Dame, yes. There's only a handful of them. Apparently, everybody in Oklahoma is named Unity. What, do they have more than one player named Unity there? Yeah, I don't get the whole thing about it. I think the whole reasoning behind it is the old school mentality of, well, it's not an individual sport, it's a team sport, so your name doesn't matter. But it's not 1942 anymore. It's dumb, is what it is. Oklahoma had Unity instead of names today. Oklahoma's defense is legit. Their offense sucks. I think Oklahoma's going to make the playoffs. I don't think they can win a national championship with that offense. It's just, They can't score. Their running game is complete shit. And John Mateer is like, when John Mateer plays well, they can score, but he only plays well about 30% of the time. Have you seen the Notre Dame score versus Syracuse tonight? You will be shocked. Yeah, I know they blew them out. Syracuse is the worst. They're right there with Boston College. They're like maybe it's Boston College, Syracuse, and Purdue are probably the three worst teams in the Power Four. I want Notre Dame to put them on their jerseys, but never to, because that's my team, and it's hard for me to see who's playing with my old. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad to see Sleeping Angels isn't mad. Half of the Notre Dame fan base a bunch of them unsubscribed from me the other day because I said Miami should be ranked ahead of them. They got their feelings hurt. Sent me all kind of messages. You're not who I thought you were, Pete. Shut the fuck up, you pussy. Purdue, think just how that sounds, Purdue. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't have a problem with Notre Dame or even where they're ranked. My problem is with where Miami's ranked. It has nothing to do with Notre Dame at all, really. They just happen to be the team that I'm, judging them against. ACC is only getting one team in, most likely, yeah. What's up, Jamie? I mean, I think Notre Dame might. Look, Notre Dame might win the whole. They might be the best team in the country. That's not my argument. I don't know why people get their feelings hurt so bad about. My argument is not with Notre Dame fans or anything like that. It's with the committee, and it just so happens that Notre Dame is in that spot that I'm arguing about, and Miami has. You could put any other two teams in that situation. I'd be saying the same thing. It has nothing to do with Notre Dame at all. They don't realize standing up for what's right is more important in their team. Well, that's just the problem. I mean, look, everybody does this. And look, I mean, everybody is biased for their own team, and they're going to stump for their own team. And I do it too with Clemson. I'm not immune to that at all. But there's got to be some common sense at some point. What's up, Harold? First half was good. Who's running the team in the second half? A clown. I didn't even see any of the second half. I was driving. I had to go pick up my son from work, so I couldn't watch it. But I mean, by that time they were up by like 4 touchdowns or whatever. So I don't like this week with all the cupcake games. I understand why they do it. I think they could definitely do this at a different time of the year, though. Doing it the week before Thanksgiving, late in November, late in the season, it's whatever. It's not good football, so. But this is a good football game, though. 35-27. I have no idea why Southern Cal decided to go for it there. They could have made it a 7-point game with 11 minutes left. Instead, they tried to go for 2 for absolutely no reason that made sense. That's a loser mentality when you do that. Lincoln Riley went for a 2-point, taking extra. Yeah, I don't know why. It was dumb. Now they painted themselves into a situation where they have to go for 2 if they score another touchdown. And that's if Oregon doesn't score again. So, in my opinion, if you're going to go for 2 points, it should be at the end of the game. Not when there's still an entire quarter left. Because then if you don't get it, now you got to get 2. Now you got to get 2 extra 2-point conversion attempts instead of 1. Which the odds of doing that are, well, I'm not a mathematician, but the odds of converting 2 2-point conversions is less than converting 1. The committee is awful. Why is Tech 16? They're a top ACC team. Miami has 2 losses. I understand why Miami is ranked ahead of Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's schedule is complete dog shit. What is Georgia Tech's best win? I mean, I understand why that is. But in my opinion, if you are judging two teams in a power conference who have the exact same record with 2 losses, Miami and Notre Dame, and they played each other, and one beat the other, then that's all. You don't need to go to other metrics. You don't need to start talking about all this other shit, strength of schedule, strength of record. All this other stuff doesn't matter when they've actually played each other. Otherwise, why are we playing the games? It doesn't make any sense to me. But the playoff committee, they just make up shit every week. Like the weird thing is, they go, when they were talking about Oregon last week, they were comparing Oregon to somebody else. I don't even remember who it was. And they go, well, we really value the fact that Oregon went on the road early in the year and beat Penn State. Now, meanwhile, Penn State's no good, and they fire their coach, and they're not ranked. Now, they played them like week 4. So they're giving Oregon credit for going on the road at Penn State early in the year and beating them, even the fact that the Penn State's not good now. And then in the next breath, they turn around and say, oh, yeah, well, Miami lost to an unranked team. Well, Penn State's not ranked, but you're giving Oregon credit for beating them. And I'm not saying Oregon's not deserving of their spot, but they say one thing 1 minute and then contradict themselves the next minute. Here's what they do. I'm convinced of it. It's obvious for anybody that has 2 brain cells to rub together. What they do is they go in there and they're like, okay, I'm going to make my top 25 list. Here's who I think is the best 25 teams in the country. I'm going to write that down. And then whatever that comes out to be, I'm going to spend the next 2 hours trying to justify it by any means necessary. I'll lie to you. I'll make shit up. I'll contradict myself. It doesn't really matter. That's what they do. Other than Texas, who has Ohio State played? Well, Texas isn't very good either, but I think Texas should be number 1 in the country. I mean, not Texas, Ohio State. I mean, they're 11-0 now. So, I mean, I can watch football. I can watch a football team, whether they're blowing a bad team out by 40 or if they're only winning by 14 in the 3rd quarter or 4th quarter. I can actually watch a football team and say, this is a good team. And I watch Ohio State, that's a good team. I watch Indiana, that's a good team. I watch Oregon, that's a good team. I mean, go down the list. Despite the fact that Miami has 2 losses, I can watch Miami and say, that's a really good team. I can watch Notre Dame and say, that's a really good team, despite the fact that they have 2 losses. But I don't know if the committee watches these games. I really don't. I think they just look at the stats and the metrics and the strength of schedule and the strength of record. And by the way, how come nobody talks about this? The strength of schedule and the strength of record is determined by the rankings that they give the teams. So, I can sit around here and go, Clemson's the number 2 team in the country. So everybody that beat Clemson, all 5 teams this year who are dog shit that they lost to, I could consider those good wins for Clemson for those teams because I'm saying that Clemson's good even though they're not. I mean, oh, the grouping clusters, holy shit! That might be that is the moment that will go down in history as the time that the playoff committee jumped the shark. Grouping clusters. Well, we don't even compare Notre Dame against Miami because they're not in the same cluster. What? What? So what you're telling me is you don't compare 2 teams that have played each other with the same record because they're not in the same cluster based on the rankings that you gave them? Holy shit. This is that's like David Blaine magician shit right there. What are we talking about here? Grouping clusters. Yeah, clusterfuck is right. What is a grouping cluster? Damn. That one, whoever the original playoff committee chairman was, he was so bad at answering questions, they won't even let him answer questions anymore. They had to put somebody else in there. Like, what are we doing, man? Yeah, there's always going to be an argument. And look, I mean, that's what makes doing what I do so much fun on YouTube is art. I mean, the arguments and the debates are half of the fun. I mean, so I'm not complaining in that way. I'm just saying, I just think that there's got to be a better way to do it. There's got to be a better way to do it. Syracuse got absolutely annihilated. Syracuse got absolutely annihilated by 90% of the teams that they played this year, except for Clemson. That might be the worst loss Clemson's had in 5 years, losing to Syracuse. Holy shit, they're bad. I can't believe they lost to them. Oregon's about to score here, or do they score? They do. Well, now it's 41-27 Oregon. So this is going to knock Southern Cal out of any chance to get a at-large bid in the playoffs in the Big Ten. If they would have won this game, they had a legitimate shot of getting an at-large bid in the playoffs. But now they're out. Sad part is it's never going to get fixed. Yeah, probably not. It's going to get worse, actually. Yeah, it's going to get worse. They keep adding more teams. Eventually it's going to go to 14, then it's going to go to 16, and who knows, you know, way down the road if it's going to go any larger than that, it might. And yeah, it's just there's not 16 or 24 teams on any given year that's good enough to win a national title. There's just not. Pete, Tech or Pitt, who will win? I got Georgia Tech. I got Georgia Tech by 6. Seminole Seth, what's up, buddy? He says miserable. Boy, yeah. Yeah, 8 would have been the 8. In my opinion, 8 was the magic number. I would have liked actually 6, but 8 I think is a good sweet spot. I think 12 is too much. Whatever, it is what it is. I don't hate the 12, but I thought 8 would have been better. But anything over 12 is just a money grab, you know. Pete, how much overlap do you think your community has with Tech fans? I have no idea. I have no idea. I will tell you this, though. The majority of the people that have watched this channel over the past 8 years, what year is it? I've been doing this since 2017, so 8, is that 7 or 8 years? 7 years, 8 years. Yeah. I always said I didn't go to college. 8 years is not Clemson fans. Most Clemson fans can't stand me. I've got more supporters from other fan bases than Clemson. I don't know where Georgia Tech falls in that, you know, in that number, but I mean, look, I love Clemson, always have my whole life, but I don't do this channel just for Clemson. I love college football. Pitt is going to beat Georgia Tech as bad as NC State did. No, they're not. Georgia Tech's defense is a liability, though. What is that moon shit on your head? I like that hat. It's the South Carolina state flag, the palmetto tree and the crescent moon. This one has a snake wrapped around it, though. But yeah, that's what it is. South Carolina state flag. Who would hate Pete DeBro? A lot of people don't like me, but which is fine. I mean, there's a lot of people I don't like too. So I mean, can't please everybody. What's up, UGA Chris? I think he meant Pitt. Yeah, Pitt looked awful against Notre Dame last week, so we'll see if they bounce back or not. Yeah, well, I'm just banking on the fact that Haynes King is going to ball out tonight. All Georgia Tech needs to do to win this game is for their defense to even play like mediocre. The last couple of weeks, Georgia Tech's defense has been bad, really bad. And so Haynes King has had to, put up 500 yards. If the defense can get a couple of turnovers for Tech, I think they'll win this game. And plus, I just don't like Pat Narduzzi. I'm not going to lie. I mean, there is some sort of bias here. I don't like Pat Narduzzi. He reminds me of like my gym teacher in high school who was just a complete asshole for no reason. That's what Pat Narduzzi reminds me of. He seems like one of those gym teacher coaches. Like he wears those short spandex shorts to practice and with the whistle around his neck and just starts yelling at people for absolutely no reason at all. Well, Syracuse is just a bad football team. Somehow they beat Clemson. They haven't won a game since. That was also the game that Angeli got hurt, and obviously that has something to do with it. Their offense is nothing without him. But your team cannot just completely fall apart just because one player got hurt. With the way the game went last year, I'm in 8 overtimes. I'm pretty excited for this Black Friday game. Kudos to Brent Key for making this game matter again. Yeah. I think Georgia Tech's defense was better last year than it is this year, though. Angelica from the Rugrats? No. Steve Angeli. I'm obviously a lot older than you. Rugrats wasn't around when I was a kid. That was something my kids watched. Shout out to Rec Talk. Rec Talk is at the game tonight in Atlanta at Bobby Dodd. Which worked out perfectly for me because because of my schedule today. My wife's out of town, so I've got both kids. My one kid had karate, had to take him to and from there. My other kid had work, I had to take him to and from there. So I wasn't able to stream the early games. So the only time a slot I could do a stream was at the prime time slot, and it just so happened that Rec is not streaming because he's at the game. And Sea-Dog just had a baby. Shout out to Sea-Dog. Congratulations to Sea-Dog. Got a healthy baby Sea-Dog Jr. Rugrats is the GOAT. I don't know about all that. Narduzzi is pretty unlikable, especially how he treated that Notre Dame game. I just don't like him. I mean, there's some coaches that I just don't really like. Number one on the list, and it's not even close, for those of you guys who know me, is Dave Doeren at NC State. I cannot stand him. That's number one. Who else don't I like? Oh, Brian Kelly. He's a close second to Dave Doeren, by the way. I don't think, does anybody like, I don't even know anybody, Notre Dame fans don't like Brian Kelly. Where did you coach before that? Cincinnati. Cincinnati fans don't like Brian Kelly. LSU fans don't like Brian Kelly. I don't think I've ever met anybody that does like Brian Kelly. He's got to be the most unlikable guy, like coach in the country nationally. But yeah, I can't stand Dave Doeren. Here's the thing about Shane Beamer. I don't hate Shane Beamer. I just think he's a clown. You know what I mean? Like Shane Beamer's never done anything that makes me be like, oh, this guy's an asshole or he's a jerk. I just think he's a clown. I just think he's goofy. And a lot of people feel that way about Dabo Swinney too. But Shane Beamer is Dabo Swinney without any accomplishments. So Dabo Swinney, even though he's goofy and says some kind of goofy things sometimes, at least he's won a lot. You know, at least he has some way to back it up football-wise. But Beamer is just I don't know, man. Beamer's head is shaped like a triangle, too. Have you ever noticed that? Look, you guys know those pictures of like aliens from like, like from the 70s and stuff. They got that big wide top head and it comes down to the point like this. If you took all of the color and pigment out of Shane Beamer's face and just showed the shape of his face, he would look like one of those aliens. BK wants the blue chew bill. What? BK wants the blue chew bill. What? Shane Beamer looks like AI. It's too bad both Clemson and South Carolina having a year they're having kind of takes away from the great rivalry. I'm still looking forward to next week. I'll be live here next week for the Gamecocks and the Tigers. I'm not going to lie. I think Clemson's going to lose the game. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, Clemson does own South Carolina all the time. Also, South Carolina has not beat Clemson in Columbia since 2011. That's a long time. But all things equal, I think both defenses have major problems, Clemson and South Carolina, so that's a wash. I do think Clemson has a better receiver core. Like, South Carolina's got Nick Harbor, who's a beast. But Clemson's got better receivers. But I think Lenore Sellers is a better quarterback than Klubnik is. And both teams have bad offensive lines. So Shane always looks constipated. Yeah, this has just been, I mean, I've seen a lot of bad Clemson teams over the years, but this is one of the most, this might be the most disappointing one. I don't really remember a time where Clemson went, was struggling to make a bowl game when they were projected to be a top 2 or 3 team in the country entering the season. It's just bad. Last year, Clemson couldn't stop Sellers. I mean, Sellers won that game pretty much single-handedly on his own. I think there's a good chance he'll do it again this year, too. Oh, man, Southern Cal, 42-27, 2.5 minutes left. What time is it? Is the Georgia Tech game on yet? What's going on here? That's what I'm streaming for. Oh, yeah, it's about to come on now. All right, we're going to watch that. That's what we're doing. All right, everybody. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. Appreciate all of you for being here. We got 61 people in here currently, only 14 thumbs up. You guys can do better than that. I'm not asking for anything. If you want to support the show, there's lots of ways to do it. There's Super Chat, Cash App, PayPal, but obviously that's not expected. But at least you could do is hit the thumbs up. I mean, that's free. That's absolutely free. But I do appreciate you all for being here, though. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Wow, damn, Georgia Tech got the shiny gold helmets on. I almost thought that was Notre Dame for a second. I missed what happened there, but they got a couple yards there. They got 8 yards on the first down. 2nd down and 2 coming up for the Jackets. Cheers. Swish, you see that? I could play for the Clemson basketball team, no problem. Flag on 2nd down. Where's my flag at? I don't know. I took my whistle. I don't know where my whistle's at. I had a whistle. What was that pink drink? It was a shot. It was some kind of vodka. What is it called again? That's what it is right there. y'all know who Dave Portnoy is, right? With Barstool Sports, that's his company. It's Pink Whitney from Barstool Sports. It's like a lemonade flavored vodka, I think, like pink lemonade. 3rd down and 7. Haynes King, empty back set here. Got 3 receivers up top. Haynes King is obviously back to pass on this one. It's good. Oh, man. Huge loss there. Big sack by the Panthers. Wow. Pink Whitney is a female drink. Is it really? I didn't know vodka was a female drink. What are you drinking? White Claw, bitch? Shut the fuck up. How about this? Is this a female drink? This is my favorite beer, by the way. I don't hardly ever get it, but this is my favorite beer. Y'all ever had that? This light is making it too shiny. You can't see what it is. Who makes this? Creature Comforts. Anyways, it's called Tropicalia. You ever had that? Thank you, UGA Chris, enjoying the stream as always. Thank you. I appreciate the support, buddy. Actually, you are drinking a White Claw. All right, 1st and 10. Pitt. Quarterback's got all day, no pressure at all on him, dumps it off to the check down, and he gets about 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5 coming up for the Panthers. Pete puts Jolly Ranchers in his Zimas. No, but you know what? The liquor store right by my house, they sell a 10-pack of those, whatever they are, Pink Whitney mini bottles for like $8. Oh my God, huge play by Pittsburgh. I thought he was about to go all the way. Man, this Georgia Tech defense is just bad, man. What has happened to them? They didn't play this bad early in the season. This is a new thing. They've got worse as the year's gone on. Huge play by Pitt there. All the way down to the Georgia Tech 31. Quarterback's going to keep it. No, he's going to throw it. Touchdown. God damn, that was too easy. Is anybody going to cover somebody? Holy shit. And it was a pass interference against Georgia Tech, too, and they still scored. Wow. Bro thinks Pitt can't run. Who? You talking to me? Pitt over Tech and Florida over Tennessee tonight. I don't know what you're saying. Do you think Clemson's just that bad? Clemson's just bad. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking to me or not. What's up, Ballard? Peach Jolly Ranchers. I don't eat candy. The closest I get to eating candy is doing one of those Pink Whitney shots. The only real candy I eat is like pure dark chocolate with no added, like, whatever, processed sugar in it. Just regular old pure dark chocolate. It's actually kind of bitter. It's not even really sweet. I mean, there was nobody covering him. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Pittsburgh goes up 7-0 on their first drive. That was, what was that, a 3 or 4 play drive? Well, Haynes King is going to have to work some magic right now because the defense is not going to help him out. So Haynes King is going to have another one of these 500-yard nights, it looks like. Dark chocolate is super. I love dark chocolate. As a matter of fact, like when I go to the grocery store, I buy my own dark chocolate bars, and everybody in the house, my wife, my kids, they know not to eat it. Like that's Dad's snack, right? But they can have whatever else. They can have the ice cream and the cakes and whatever else. I don't eat any of that shit. The only thing I eat is the dark. If I catch one of them kids eating my dark chocolate, I might knock their head off. Hershey Special Dark, yeah, that's good too. Oregon's about to score again, aren't they? USC's about to get blown out. Pretty unbelievable to think that Indiana went into Eugene and blew out Oregon. I mean, Oregon's a good football team. And they went into Eugene and blew them out. That just tells you how good Indiana is. I don't know why. I understand Indiana's schedule is not great, but all the people I've been seeing online are like, Indiana's a fraud. A lot of people just look at the name on the helmet or the jersey, and they're like, okay, well, Indiana's been terrible forever at football, so they must be terrible now. Do you not watch the football games? Indiana's a really good team. Indiana, I mean, has a chance to win it all. I can't wait to see Indiana play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game, because that'll be the best team Ohio State's played by a lot. That won't be the best team. Well, it will be technically, but Indiana's played Oregon. Ohio State hasn't played anybody that's even close to Oregon's level. Indiana might win the Big Ten. I got the 85% dark chocolate. No one. Yeah, exactly. I think I usually get like the 70 or 80% or whatever it is. Yeah. All right, let's see if Georgia Tech can respond here. And they kick it off, and Georgia Tech is going to return it. And he gets up to about the 21-yard line. Obviously, I'm not a Georgia Tech fan, so my opinion matters almost nothing on this subject, but I'm not a big fan of the Georgia Tech shiny helmet deal. I don't like them. They look too close to Boston College and Notre Dame. It's just the best Georgia Tech helmet is the white helmet with the honeycomb. That's a good-looking helmet in football. I don't like the shiny helmet. And that, I guess that doesn't even just go for Georgia Tech. It goes for every team. I don't like shiny helmets, period. I guess I'm old school. I don't like shiny helmets. They look gimmicky to me. All right, let's see what they got here. Haynes King's gonna have to be a fucking boss tonight. Come on. Matt Peete, yeah, I like Matt. I like old school shit. Did you hear about what happened at UAB? No, I didn't. What happened at UAB today? Is that a man or a woman? Did y'all see this? Whoever the referee that's looking into the projector there for this review, is that a man or a woman? I really can't. I'm not trying to make a joke. I can't tell if that's a man or a woman or not. Maybe they're gender fluid. I don't know. It is. I think it is a man. Very feminine one though. Yeah, it's a man. A player got arrested for stabbing 2 players? What? No, I did not hear about that. That's crazy. So he looks into the projector, then takes his headset off, runs away, and now he's back again? What? I don't have the volume up because I can't broadcast the sound over YouTube, but I don't know what's being said here. Well, Pat Narduzzi's mad. That tells me all I need to know about that. I do like the, yeah, I like that too. I think all conferences should do that with the transparency and hearing them talk. Even though they sound stupid when they talk, it's still, at least you want to hear it. The CFP needs to do that too. 1st and 10. King throws it short, caught. He's got room to run. He gets up to the 47, first down, Georgia Tech. And they're playing fast here. I like this strategy by Georgia Tech. They're playing hurry-up football here. 1st and 10 from the 48. I say they're playing hurry-up, and then it takes forever to get the play in. Haynes King's going to keep it, gives a 50, about a 2-yard gain there. Haynes Underwear King. ACC has the worst, yeah, and it's not just because I'm a fan of an ACC team. I watch all games. The ACC has the worst refs in football. They have for a few years now. There's really no doubt about it. They're bad. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you this in a minute. First, 2nd down and 8 from the 50. King back to pass. Throws it, caught, down at the 45. All right, it can be 3rd and short. Was it last year? It might have been last year. Yeah, I think it was the last year playoff game with Clemson and Texas. And they were like, oh, ACC refs in the playoff game. And they were like, Pete, you should be happy about that. Clemson's an ACC team. I go, no. What? No. Anybody else? I'd rather have SEC refs or Big 12 refs or Big 10 refs. Anybody but ACC refs in this game, please. Thank you. 3rd down and 3, King. Short pass. Oh, my God, he's lit up. That was a bad decision. He's lucky that wasn't a pick 6. Now it's 4th and 3, and Brent Key's got a decision to make here. And I think they might go for it. I'm not sure this early in the game if I like this call, but they're going to go for it. I would expect probably a Haynes King run here. But nope. What was that? Oh, God, that was terrible. They're out here looking like Clemson. That looked like a Garrett Riley play call there. Pete, did you bet this game? What's the spread? Yes. What's up, Bubba? I did bet the game. It's Georgia Tech minus 2.5. Georgia Tech favored by 2.5. Hang on while I can try and listen to tell me why Kentucky sucks so bad in the SEC while Louisville talks to me. Kentucky does suck. I don't know why you need to. Louisville sucks and Kentucky sucks too. Clemson sucks, and so does South Carolina. They both suck. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh, and they're going to run it for about 4 yards. This is not looking good for the Jackets. Their defense needs to step up here. I just don't. If they go down 14-0 in the first quarter, I don't know if they can come back from that. I don't know if they can come back from that. Denton is our first string. All right, so the Southern Cal and Oregon game's over. What's the other game we can put on right now? I got on this other TV over here. Let's try to find out. We got Tennessee and Florida. What do y'all think about that? Nebraska and Penn State. Cal and Stanford. I ain't nobody watching that. Let's do Florida and Tennessee. Tennessee hasn't won a game in Florida in what, 19 years or something? That's crazy. Let's see if they can do it today. I might even make a bet on it. Y'all want to do that? Let's make a bet on that. And I don't like Nebraska and Penn State. I can't watch that. I'd rather watch Florida and Tennessee than that. All right, let's do some live bet here. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Let me pull it up. Both games are on commercial right now. UT has not won in Gainesville since 2003. I was close. What did I say, 2001? No, I said 19 years. I think I'm close there. All right. So right now, on the live bet, you can get Georgia Tech at plus. I'm doing that one. I'm doubling down. You can get Georgia Tech at plus 6.5. Bang. That's all I need to see, fam. Let's see if it lets me do it. There it is. So I've got two bets on Georgia Tech. I've got a small bet. I love that bet right there that I just made. I've got a small bet on Georgia Tech as a favorite, minus 2.5. I've got a big bet now on Georgia Tech as a 6.5 point underdog. If they win the game, I'm going to cash in big time. But they at least need to cover the 6.5, because that's the real money there. We'll see. We'll see. And we've got an injured Georgia Tech player being carted off the field here. Fuck Pat Narduzzi. What a bitch he is. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 6 from the 49 for Pitt, and they're going to run the ball. There's nobody there to stop him. Holy shit. Pittsburgh is just making it look easy. This Georgia Tech defense, Georgia might score 100 points on them next week. I mean, first and 10 from the Georgia Tech 31. They're going to run it again, aren't they? No? They're going to throw it in the end zone. incomplete. If the receiver had turned around, he could have easily intercepted that ball. It was a terrible pass. But he didn't. As a West Virginia fan, I couldn't imagine losing to Pitt. Yeah. That's your best win of the year, ain't it? That's actually pretty sad. If your best win of the year is against Pitt, that's pretty bad. Second down and 10. Although, it's better than any win Clemson got this year so far. If Clemson beats South Carolina, you know how bad that is? If Clemson beats South Carolina next week, that might be their best win of the year. That's depressing. Third down and 8. This is a huge third down for Georgia Tech. Under pressure, throws it, hit as he throws, caught for a first down and more. They brought the blitz on that one, and they paid for it. Powell blitzed, but he was just about 2 seconds too late. All right, so from the from the 14. Boy, Georgia Tech cannot go down 2 scores here. Start the game. That would be disastrous. From the 14. Oh my God, touchdown. They're getting bullied, man. They're getting absolutely bullied. There is a flag down, though. I think this is after the play, though. Rex said, George, yeah, I said that too. Yeah, they're not made to come back. So, no score. It was against Pitt. So, Georgia Tech dodges a bullet there. 1st and 15. Backs them up 5 yards. They need a turnover here. Throws it into the end zone again. A touchdown. Georgia Tech defense fucking terrible, man. There was nobody even around him. Holy shit, man. 6 plays, 55 yards. So Pittsburgh has had a total of 10 offensive plays and they've got 14 points. Georgia Tech looking ahead. No, this is the game that matters, not the Georgia game doesn't matter near as much as this game does. For Tech. What's up, Ryan? Hey, Pete, any thoughts on the Notre Dame Cuse game? Is Cuse ever going to be decent again? Well, they were decent the first few games of the season until they lost Angeli, but no. It depends on what your definition of decent is. You know what I mean? The Sea Dog meltdown when Georgia Tech misses the ACC championship game will be gold. Well, you probably won't see it. Sea Dog's been on a milk carton ever since he had his kid. I mean, I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying. I mean, we might not see Sea Dog for the rest of the season. Yeah, the same guy, too. Yeah, the first guy got called back for the penalty. They threw it right back to him, and there was nobody even covering him. 14-0. And this is going to be a touchback. If Georgia Tech wants to stay in this game, they need to score here. I know it's the first quarter and there's a lot of time left and all that. I'm just talking about for momentum reasons, morality reasons. You're at home. I mean, you're getting absolutely destroyed by Pitt at home in the first quarter. You need to score here. I don't even care if it's just a field goal. So you need to get points on the board here somehow. Preferably a touchdown. 1st and 10, King. He's going to hand the ball off for about 2-yard gain there. Levi says Georgia Tech circled this game and still got bullied. Well, I mean, second down and 8. What was that? That was a terrible throw by King. He was wide open. He had the tight end open, and he just overthrew it. He needs to settle down. King's not looking great here in the first quarter. He needs to settle down. I mean, you got a guy open, that's a 7-yard gain easy. Terrible fucking pass there. 3rd down and 8. Huge 3rd down here. Bad snap, King. What the fuck was that? Oh my God. That was bad. They're about to get blown out. They look like Clemson. It was a bad snap, but who was he throwing that to? There was not a single white jersey within 10 yards of whoever the fuck he was throwing that to. What are you doing? Holy shit, that was bad. You can look. Sometimes shit happens. You throw a bad pass. That's as bad as it gets right there. God damn, man. Best ACC team, Virginia. Yeah, well, well, yeah, it looks like it so far. Stalling offense was, thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you, man. Stalling offense, drop defense, same issues. Now the game is over now. Wow. Hold on. Is that what you said? You got pushed off the page. Now offense is choking and this game is over. Wow. It's not over yet, but I mean, like, it's hard to win a game doing that. And I mean, now, like, everything has to go their way now. First of all, you got to stop them from scoring here, which they're probably about to. 2nd and 7, that's another 1st down. Oh, shit. Who do I got competing for the Big Ten title? Ohio State and Indiana. I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana won the game. Actually, I would be surprised. Ohio State will be favored, and they should be. But it's possible. Yeah, Tech's defense is bad. And so far, holy shit. Now this can be 1st and goal from the 1. They're on the verge of getting blown out. It's the first, I mean, it's not even the 2nd quarter yet. Jesus Christ. Touchdown, Pitt. This is unbelievable. They've got 21 points now. Pittsburgh is averaging 7 points per every 4 plays. Pittsburgh, let me say that again. They've got 21 points. Pittsburgh is averaging, well, I don't know, somebody write it down. It's either 4 or 5 plays. The first drive was 4 plays for a touchdown. The second drive was, 6 plays? And this one was 4 plays. So, 5 plays? They're averaging 5 plays every 7 points they get. That's unbelievable. Holy shit. I don't know why people sleep on Pitt. Their quarterback is the best freshman quarterback in the nation. I don't really think anybody's sleeping on Pitt. I mean, Pittsburgh's a 3-loss team in the ACC. So coming into today, they literally have the same record as Louisville, a 3-loss team. So, I mean, they lost 3 games. I don't think they're bad. I bet on Pitt last week to cover against Notre Dame, and they got blown out. Hopefully the camera catches Rick losing it in the stands. Yeah, I know exactly where he's sitting too, so if they shine the camera that way. What's up, Danny D-Rock? Oh, change the score again? Yeah, I'm going to change the score a lot tonight, aren't I? Oh, damn. I didn't expect it to be 21-0 in the first quarter. Can Georgia Tech at least stop the bleeding here and score? And they're going to run it on first down for a yard, maybe? I would put Haynes King into full Haynes King mode and just let him just fucking run it every play. I mean, get a spark because you got to get something going here. Throw it wide open. Oh my God. Bro, you just threw it. They had a chance to score there. You just fucking overthrew them wide open for a touchdown and just overthrew them. And there was not even any pressure on him. That's just a terrible pass by King. Oh my God. Nothing is going right for Georgia Tech right now. Nothing. King throws it to the right sideline, overthrew him again. I don't know if he's like juiced up on adrenaline or what, but he's playing terrible. That was bad. We would be better off doing an onside kick after we score rather than trusting this dog shit defense. Yeah, probably. That's 2 bad passes back to back by King. Actually, that wasn't a bad pass. So King can't pass, the receivers can't catch. The offense just looks awful. Defense looks awful. Offense looks awful. Flag here. Special teams is going to be shit too. Holy shit. Sorry, I assumed we would score. Need more beer. Illegal substitution against... This is a clown show. What is going on? They're collapsing. This is a total collapse. Wow. And they got a punt on 4th and 14, and punt is up. Good punt down to the 31. Fair catch. Holy shit. Didn't think it was going to come down to this, but Pitt put up 21. Yeah. Denson has 100 yards rushing. Is that game still on? See a lot of comparisons of Deshaun Watson to Denson. Now, I'm not saying he's Deshaun Watson. I'm just saying there's comparisons in the way they play. Do you think the season would end like this? No. Went from 5-0 to the ACC to complete collapse. Who saw this coming? Oh, yeah, everyone other than Georgia Tech fans. Yeah, it's bad. I really thought that Haynes King was going to have a night. I mean, Georgia Tech all year, and last year to a certain degree, but certainly this year, has played up to their competition and down to their, like every team, every time that Georgia Tech is in a must-win situation, they seem to win. And Haynes King seems to play out of his mind. Perfect example, rivalry game against Georgia last year, Haynes King played out of his mind against a much better Georgia team, took him to 8 overtimes. So that's what I kind of expected to happen tonight, is for him to come out. It's his last game at home. You know, he won't be back next year. This is for all the marbles. It's for a lock for the ACC championship game. It's a possible playoff elimination game. I expected him to come out here and play great, and he's just not looked good so far. Should I text Rec and mess with him? Yeah, sure. Pete warned me not to tell him. I did. Did I listen? No, I'm allergic to money. Yeah, I told you not to. Don't bet what I bet. Now I am up for the week, but what's up, Beefeater? Who we cheering for here? Well, I bet on Georgia Tech like an idiot, so I'm cheering for them. But clearly that's not going to happen. I am up for the week, but I'm probably going to lose my ass on this game. Got 2 bets on this game. So we'll see if Georgia Tech can do something here. Still 3 quarters. I mean, there's still a long way to go. But it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. I know that. I got his for over 70 rushing yards. Who? You talking about King? What's up, C-Raw? You talking about King? He might end up having 70 before the game. If Georgia Tech's going to have a chance to come back and make this competitive, Haynes King's going to have to run the ball. He hasn't really done it yet. His passing has been terrible. He's going to need to have 100 yards rushing in this game if they're going to have a chance to win it or even compete in it. Forget win it. Fuck Pat Narduzzi. All right, second quarter starting here. Still a big goose egg on the scoreboard for Georgia Tech, down 21-0. They got to score something here just to. How about a turnover? Can we get that? From the 31. No, good Lord Almighty. They might win this 50-4. I don't even know if you can score 4 points in football, but they'll figure out a way to do it. So they might win 50-4. He stepped out. They need to look at. He stepped out about 8 yards before he. First down though. 1st and 10. Finally, somebody stopped somebody. A gain of 2. I guess Pitt's pissed off they lost so bad last week. About to live bet Pitt minus 30? I would not do that. No. I would not do that. 2nd down and 9. Throw over the middle, caught. God damn, they're about to score again. What is going on with Georgia Tech's defense? This is... holy crap. Incomplete on 1st down. Are you being serious? It's minus 30 on the bet. I got to see if this is true or not. I'll triple down if that's the case. I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. Where we at here? I got to refresh my betting app. My betting app is telling me stop. It won't even let me bet. It's like, stop betting on Georgia Tech, Pete, you dummy. Vandy should jump Utah and Miami. All right, second down and 10. All right. They are in field goal range now, up to about the 32, though. Third down. Watch, Pittsburgh's going to take a shot with the tight end in the end zone like he did on the last drive. You see, I could tell you. I saw Narduzzi. He's like, yeah, let's do what we did last time. Fuck these. Watch. Oh, no. See? Told you. Down to the 20. It's going to be first and 10 from the 21. Shit. Yeah, my betting app won't even talk to me no more. It's y'all remember that bit by was it Chris Rock? He's like, if you got less than $20, the ATM machine won't even talk to you. Yeah. First and 10. Somebody call a timeout. Timeout, Pitt. Yeah, well, he's like, you got less than $20. The ATM won't even talk to you. He said, you go in there. So you got to go inside the bank, and you got to talk to a teller. And you're like, yeah, I want to withdraw $7. And she's like, $7? She's like, you can't withdraw $7. And she just pulls out her wallet and gives you $7. So get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Let's see here. It seriously won't let me even pull it up, though. There it is. All right, let's see what it is. He's not far off. Now it's Georgia Tech plus 24. Plus 24. Over 65.5. I'm going to triple down here. I'm so stupid. I'm going to triple down here and do Georgia Tech plus 23.5. Then I make 3 bets on Georgia Tech. I'm bound to at least win one of them, right? It's a good thing I'm up this week. I just did. I did it. I've got 3 bets on Georgia Tech. 2 of them are one for what? Hold on. What is it? 23.5. All right, 1 for plus 23.5, 1 for plus 6.5, and 1 for minus 2.5, which is what it started at. As a Tech fan, bet the hell out of Pitt. Don't be sad for free. No, I don't really bet on based. Like 1% of the time, I'll bet based on emotion, and that's usually a Clemson bet. Stanford money line. Who's Stanford playing again? All right. Looks like Utah pulled it out. Damn, they scored, what, 90 points in that game? More than 90 points. They scored over 100 points in that game, 51-47. All right, here we go. First down and 10 from the 21. Thank you, Joe. Rambling, gambling, hell of an engineer. First and 10. Georgia Tech needs a turnover, bad. Oh, they're playing Cal? Yeah. Jeez-a-ree. What in the fuck is going on here? First and goal. Wow. And we got a hurt Tech player. Flag down, and it's against Georgia Tech. They are just getting their shit kicked out of them. Matthew, thank you. 28-0. I stopped watching as a fan at 35-0. Well, you got one more touchdown before you stop watching. I'm having PTSD. This looks like Clemson to me. Georgia Tech looks like Clemson right now. I've seen this. I'm all too familiar with this style of play this year with Clemson. Holy shit. Untouched in the end zone. I can't believe this. $28-0. 28 unanswered. Yeah, unanswered. No, I mean, there's a difference between no answer and unanswered. Unanswered means you might have already had points on the board and they came back and they scored, you hadn't scored, they hadn't scored shit. Pittsburgh's got a touchdown every time they've touched the ball. They're averaging 7 points every 4 plays. Unbelievable. Yeah, they didn't answer, exactly. Unanswered points. There wasn't even, not only was there not an answer, there wasn't even a question. Holy shit. Well, Pitt plays Miami, so it's probably going to be Virginia versus SMU. Yeah, probably. Tech been pulling miracle wins all year. Well, yeah, so is Virginia, but they've been winning their miracle wins. All right, you want me to just put up 100? Here, that's what I'll do. It's 28-0, but for right now, we're just going to do this. 100. It's 100-0. It won't even fit on the screen. You see that? I gotta move. I gotta move it over. I gotta move it over to make room for triple digits. It's 100-0. You think 97 is better? Why are they showing pictures of the Atlanta traffic system on the commercial? Hey, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what we'll do. It's 100 This will be the first time I've ever done this. Where's it at? It's a 200-point differential. It's 100 to a negative 100. Where's the Rec Talk's at the game? Another Georgia Tech thing ruined. What, the traffic? Yeah. Good, I hope Pitt beats Miami by 100. Well, the way the ACC is this year, I mean, good luck trying to figure that out. I mean, the way the ACC is this year, I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh wins this by 50, and then they go in to play Miami next week and lose by 50. I mean, the ACC is the most unpredictable conference in the entire country. It's not even really close. My brother just talked to Diego Pavia's mom outside the Vandy Stadium. Did he ask her out on a date? If he didn't at least get them digits, then talking to her is pointless. It's going to be 20 degrees with potential snow for the Pitt game. Oh, give me Pitt then. Give me Pitt then. Yeah, I mean, talk about a nightmare for the ACC, right? So Miami will lose to Pitt. Georgia Tech loses tonight to Pitt. Whoever the favorite in the ACC championship game will lose the ACC, and there'll be 0 teams in the playoffs from the ACC. All right, well, I sound like a broken record here, but believe it or not, folks, there's still 11 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second quarter here. So, dare I say the game's not over? If Georgia Tech came back and won this game, it would be the most epic comeback in the history of college football. I mean, seriously, they're just getting dominated in every way, really. Like offense, defense, special teams, everything. Cheerleaders, like towel boys. Let's see if they can do something here. And it's going to be a touchback. I would just let Haynes King just run the ball 150 times. Like every play is a direct snap and just let him run it. You know? I wouldn't hand the ball off or even attempt to pass it. The passing game's been abysmal. Yeah, they're going to play Georgia next week. That's right. All right, 1st and 10, and they're going to run it on first down. They're still committed to the run, even though they're down 4 touchdowns. Impressive. Got a few yards there, and he's already limping. That's not a good sign. He's already limping. 2nd down and 7. King throws the screen pass. It's caught. He's got room to run. 1st down Tech. Gain of about 15 yards on the play there. They needed that. Western Tomb says, it's bold of you to assume they will score. Thank you, Joel. Seriously, why would you even give the defense just onside kick every score? Yeah, it's way too early to do that. 1st and 10. They're going to run it this time. Good run there for about 9 yards. Down 4 touchdowns. Tech has not given up yet. This game ain't over, folks. This game ain't over. Until Tech gets on defense, then it is over again. And Haynes King's going to keep it and get the first down, and took a shot in the meantime. Yeah, he's gonna have to, this is going to have to be the Haynes King show. There's really no other way to win this game. He's going to have to just like be an absolute soldier to even get back into this game. First down. What's going on here? Why is the ref over there whispering? He's got his hand over his mouth. Like, what's the secret? Look at him. The ref's over here doing this deal. There should not be any, like, referees hiding what they're saying. What? What was the call there? They're saying he was short of the line of gain? Is that what it is? Third down now? Third down and 1. It's hard for me because I don't have the volume up and I don't have the closed captioning on either. The problem with closed captioning is it covers half of the screen and I can't see what the fuck's going on. So I just have to like read lips and assume what's going on. You know what I mean? Third down and 1. And he's going to do the quarterback keeper, and I think he got it easily. First down Tech. I did not see the end of the Utah game. I just saw the replay, the highlight they just showed on this game, though. Yeah. Can't wait to see a Sea-Dog mount. Sea-Dog's going to have a get-out-of-jail-free card. I don't think he's going to be uploading anything. He just had a baby a couple days ago. Well, his wife had a baby. Not, you know what I mean. Florida getting beat 14-0. Damn. All right, let's put that game on. Where's it at here? Tennessee and Florida. Yeah. This would be Tennessee. If Tennessee can hold on, it'll be their first win in the swamp since what did you say, 2003? Tech method to even get this right is a touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 3 and out, touchdown in the half. If they can get this within 14 points before the half, I'd be shocked. Western Kentucky's up on LSU 3-0. I came on a live show from the hospital, so Sea-Dog gets no slack for not taking his licks. Yeah, I haven't heard from Sea-Dog since his baby was born. He texted me to let me know he wasn't doing the ACC show, but that's the last I've heard from him. I mean, to be fair, if Georgia Tech went and blew Pitt out in this game, which is not going to happen, but if they did do that, Sea-Dog would probably record a video from the hospital. He probably would. But if they lose, he might not. You know what I mean? Tennessee, 135 yards. Florida, 1. 1 yard? Yeah. 1 yard. I'd rather have no yards than just 1. That's bad. Yeah, Rec Talk will make a video. He'll probably make a video like on his way home from the game. One is the loneliest number that there ever is. Is that how it goes? Something like that. Who sings that? All right, 1st and 10, Georgia Tech. King. Dumps it off to his check down again. They can't do anything deep. Got a few yards there, but they haven't been able to do anything deep at all. Antonio Jenkins, thank you, sir. He says, many blessings and salute to you. My Noles are terrible. Yeah, look, I would love to talk shit, but Clemson's terrible too. So, 3-Dog Night, who sings that? Yeah, that's right. 2nd down and 5, and what was that? It's going to be 3rd and maybe 3, I think. Like, Tech's offense just, I mean, we knew their defense was bad, but their offense just looks like they're stuck in 2nd gear. Jesus Christ, they just lost 3 yards. So it went from 3rd and 3 to 4th and 6. Flag, though. That flag came in late. That must be an after the, that's probably going to be a taunting or something. Let's see what it is here. After the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Pittsburgh. So it's still going to be 4th down, right? No. No, it's going to be a 1st down. That was 3rd down, not 4th. I don't know what I'm thinking. So, Georgia Tech got a gift there on 3rd with the unsportsmanlike call against Pittsburgh. So that keeps the drive alive here. Denson looked really, really good against Furman. That's great. I'm ecstatic that Denson looked really good against Furman when they were up by 40 points. That's great. Yeah, it's 100 to a negative 100 right now. That's the score. 2nd down. Pittsburgh's up by 200 points. Big play by King on his feet, and he picks up about 13 yards. Can you tell he looked like he has it? Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Denson's bad. I'm just saying, you know, when you come in when you're up by 40 points, I mean, against an FCS team. 1st and 10, and you get 3 yards. 2nd down, boy. I've said this every drive so far, but Georgia Tech really needs to score here. Really bad. And they're just they're chewing the clock up too. I mean, there might be a little bit of urgency with the clock here. Down 28-0. All the way down to the, what is this, the 16-yard line. And King throws it, and he just got his freaking head taken off, but he got about 4 yards in the process. 3rd down coming up. I don't even know if you kick a field. Like, when you're down 4 scores in the first half, I don't even think field goals matter. Everything's 4-down territory, isn't it? I mean, a field goal does you absolutely nothing here. 3rd and 3. King dumps it off short, and what a great open field tackle by Pittsburgh there, a loss of a yard. What are they going to do here? I go for it. Fuck it. What do you got to lose? Yeah, if you're an SMU fan, you should be pulling for Pitt, no doubt. I get that. I go for it here. I mean, a field goal, when you haven't made a single defensive stop at all in the entire first half. Not one. Not a single one. A field goal is futile. It's yeah, it is ridiculous. Haynes King run play, that might be the best play they could run. Yeah. I don't even know if I'd think about passing it. What's Haynes King's average passing attempt yardage so far in this game? -2? They've thrown 2 passes that are across the line of scrimmage, and both of them are terrible fucking passes. One of them should have been a touchdown. He overthrew him back in the first quarter. Here we go. 4th down and 4. What are you doing? They're passing it behind the line of scrimmage again. He got some blockers though. Oh, 1st down. It's amazing. It's a miracle even. 1st and goal, Georgia Tech. Can they actually fucking score here? I would not let him throw the ball again, though. I know that. I wouldn't let him throw it inside the 5-yard line. No fucking way. Or at the, where is he? He's out at the 5-yard line. I'd run Haynes King or the running back 4 times. I don't think I'd let him throw the ball here. 1st and goal. And they do run it with Haynes King, and he gets in. Touchdown, Tech. Let's go! Plus 23.5. Pay Pete. Holy shit, I'm dizzy now. I shouldn't have done that. What am I doing? I'm not 12 years old anymore. Stop with the screen passes. I don't care if that worked. Yeah, I don't care either. Yeah. They took 7 minutes off the clock on that drive. A 7-minute, 75-yard drive. And honestly, Georgia Tech, they need some help from the defense, which they haven't got any of, or special teams or something. They need what happened last night with NC State and Florida State. They need like some muffed punt returns or something, turnovers on special teams. Joel was earlier saying that they need to onside kick it and get it. They need something. But at least they scored. There is that. I guess that's a start. Need King on defense. If Pitt scores, it's back to square one. Well, it's back to square 28. All right, so since Georgia Tech scored, I'll change the score back to what it really is here. It was funny. They were losing 100 to a negative 100, but now it's, what is it, 28? to 7. Excuse me. Rough the passer the rest of the game. All right, there's still 4 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the half. Can Georgia Tech actually make a stop? All right, good there. All right, good coverage on special teams. All right, we're making some progress here. It's not a total disaster. Can they actually get a fucking, can they, like, Pittsburgh just scores every time they get the ball. Can they stop them? Let's just start there. Can we force a punt? Is that too much to ask? One punt? Imagine you go the entire first half and your offense doesn't have to punt. C-Dog made a video. Oh, he must have been listening. I'll play that at halftime. Because I want to see it. There's nobody around. All right, there we go. Good coverage. No pressure on the quarterback at all, though. Flag. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Pass interference against Tech. They can't get out of their own way. Yeah, that was definitely pass. I mean, you can't tackle the guy before the ball gets there. I mean, that's definitely pass interference. Holy shit. Well, first down Pitt, making it easy again. They're not getting any pressure on that quarterback at all. I mean, none. "17-yard run on first down by Turner. What do I think of Denson? I don't know. I missed the entire second half of the game because I was driving to go pick my son up from work. So I didn't get to see him play. After this game is over tonight and I'm done streaming, I'll go back and watch that. I've heard comparisons of Denson he plays a lot like Deshaun Watson. Now, I'm not saying he is Deshaun Watson. I'm just saying their playing style is similar. But I don't know. It's also hard to say, oh, come on, finally, we got a sack. Big loss there. Finally, Georgia Tech defense is showing something. But no matter what I see, when I rewatched what Denson looked like, it's not going to tell me much because it's against Furman when you're up by 40 points. You know what I mean? So I mean, you can tell his athleticism and his arm strength and all that, but I don't really know if it tells you much more than that. But, you know, if he ends up being good, that's a good sign going into next year when we have Vizina. If something happens to Vizina, we need somebody who's capable to lead the offense behind Vizina, right? 28-7, second down and 20, and finally, Georgia Tech's defense has woken up from the dead, from the crypt. They have risen from the ashes of the phoenix. Did I say risen? Risen. Risen from the ashes. Rosen's not even a word. Vizina can't be the starter. What do you mean by that? I'll be willing to bet any amount of money right now that Vizina is going to be the starter next year. 3rd and 16. Finally, some pressure by the Jackets. Uh-oh. Have the Jackets come alive? Now, it was looking bad there, and it's still looking bad. If somehow, what's happening here? It's against Pittsburgh. If somehow the Jackets can come and get a touchdown and make this a 14-point game before halftime, that would be substantial. That would be substantial. Let's go. If Vizina's the starter, we are cooked. I don't know why you're saying that. I mean, I don't know what you've seen out of Vizina that makes you not like him. I don't really think you can go either way with Vizina right now. I mean, there's not really enough game tape and meaningful snaps in games that aren't over. Boy, Pittsburgh, the ball just, what the hell just happened? Did they just punt the ball behind? Did they punt the ball backwards? What the fuck was that? They're flagged down, of course. That was a terrible punt. That shit, what was that, like a 2-yard punt? And it's a flag against Pittsburgh. It's going, uh-oh. Uh-oh. If Georgia Tech wins this game, I will cash out, son. I'm embarrassed to say how much money I got on this game. I'm actually embarrassed to say how much money I got on this game. I've got 3 bets on Georgia Tech. 2 of them as underdogs. If Georgia Tech wins this game, I'm going to cash in big time, son. Big time, son. First and 10 at the 30. King over the middle, caught by the tight end. Oh, he's bullying motherfuckers. Come on, let's go, Jackets. Down there, let's go. First and goal, bitch. Fuck Pat Narduzzi's gym coach bitch ass. Fuck him. Clemson has a 5-yard punt today. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Tech needs to get angry, start yelling at people. I'll yell at them for them. I ain't got no shame. I ain't got no shame in my game. How's it going, Eddie? Uh, 7435-WT. That's a hell of a name there. Says the offensive coordinator just needs to let Haynes King run it. They've been holding back the recent. Yeah, I've been saying that since the first quarter. I agree with you. Well, first of all, the threat of him running, when he starts running it and gets hot, then that really fucks with the defense's head. I saw it against Clemson when Clemson played Georgia Tech. And a lot of other teams too. I mean, when he gets hot running the ball, like they don't, it opens up the pass game because they just don't know they don't know what he's going to do. He's a huge weapon that way. It's very similar to what happened with Syracuse and Steve Angeli. When Angeli got hurt, their offense went to shit because they don't have a run threat. Joey says, Pete, if you need a Georgia Tech fan to call in and crash out, just let me know. I might need you to crash out. I don't want you to crash out because I've got money on Georgia Tech. Yes. So if you crash out, that means that I'm losing money. We crash out together, buddy. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to finish this half. I'm going to take a 5-minute break to go pee and eat a snack. Honey pretzels with spicy sausage rotel cheese dip. And then I'll be back and we'll watch the Sea Dog video. And if there's still time left over in the half after that, I can have a Georgia Tech fan call in and crash out. That's the halftime plan. Takes you more than 5 minutes to poop. I told you already, I only poop in the morning. I poop at about 9 a.m. every day. I don't poop at night. Pete, Tall going to whip out ass next set. What? Tall? I think you meant y'all. Y'all gonna whip our ass? No, we're not. I picked South Carolina to win next week. 9 a.m. poops? Yes. I'm regular. Sometime between 8 and 9 is my poop time. Sorry. If I poop at night, it's because I mean something's wrong. Something's seriously wrong if I'm pooping at night. I'm a morning pooper. All right, there's 2 minutes left here. 2 or 3 times a day? Ah, dang, man. All right, first and goal from the 9. And Georgia Tech's going to run it, breaks the tackle, gets down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be second down and goal from the 5. And this is a Haynes King run situation here. Georgia Tech needs to start personify an Atlanta yen crashing out, not nerds. I don't know what you just said. Second down and goal. From the 5. Haynes King rolls out to his right. Why are they throwing it here? Again, he's wide open. Another bad pass by King is not passing the ball well today. Another overthrow. He's overthrowing everybody. I mean, that's an easy touchdown. He just sails it. He just sails it. Wide open. That's the third time he's done that in the first half. Rec Talk is sitting at Sea-Dog's house, not saying a single... No, Rec Talk is at the game. So he's definitely not at Sea-Dog's house. Third down and goal from the, what is this, the 5. Again, 4 down territory here, I think. King, what? Is that caught? Touchdown. Again, not a great pass, by the way. A hell of a catch, though. The actual score is what it says it is. Now, well, it's about to be 28-14. Extra point is good, so it's 28-14 now. Tech just scored their second touchdown in a row. They're down 28-0, and now they've scored 14 unanswered points to keep themselves in this matchup here. 28-14. Pitt. Ultra Magdog says this is bullshit. Freaking Pitt sucks. This is a shit show. Meanwhile, this is actually an entertaining game. That's one of the more entertaining first halves of football we've seen all day. Still a minute left, too. Who knows? Judging from the way this game's been going, who knows? Somebody might score again in the next minute and 8 seconds. Who knows? Bros? Who was that? Who was who? And a good kick by Georgia Tech to be a touchback. All right, so Pitt's got a minute and 8 seconds left here. This has been a wild game so far. At one point, Pittsburgh was leading 100 to a negative 100. So this is an amazing comeback by Georgia Tech so far. Also, if I'm not mistaken, does Georgia Tech get the ball to start in the second half? I think they do. Can't remember. Pretty sure Pittsburgh started the game out with the ball. Went right down and scored. 1st and 10, and Georgia Tech's defense is awakened. This is crazy. Georgia Tech's defense has awakened. Pete, do you think Dabo can fix our shit show team? I think he's done. Yeah, I don't know if he can fix it or not. I'm not ready to say he's done though, but I'm skeptical. I haven't jumped over the fire Dabo fence yet, but I got my head up there looking around and shit. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. 2nd down and 9. I got my head up there. I'm looking for the pit bulls on the other side of the fence before I jump over. Any Rottweilers over there? Any pit bulls? Coyotes? Before I jump over that fence. 1st and 10. What a catch by Pittsburgh. One-handed catch there for a 1st down. They might get in field goal range here. They got plenty of time. Is somebody going to stop? Two amazing catches in a row. Is somebody going to put pressure on this guy? He's just sitting back there baking fucking cakes in the pocket. They're in field goal range now. Already. That took 20 seconds to get in field goal range. 1st and 10, they're going to call this play dead. We owe Dabo $60 million. No, he's not going anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, like Wilson from Home Improvement. Yeah, you can look through the crack of the fence and you can see me over there just like talking shit about Dabo. And then I stick my head up like this. And then you don't see my mouth, you just see my eyes. Yeah, just like that. BK isn't going to be available forever. I'm telling you, if Clemson hired Brian Kelly, I don't know what I'd do, man. You would see an all-time epic crash out by me, but I don't think they would. I don't think they would. They could do better than him. I mean, I would be on here actively rooting against him every day. I would never root against Clemson, but I root against Brian Kelly. If he was the head coach at Clemson, I'd probably want them to go 0-12 his first season just so he could get the fuck out of there. I can't stand that guy. Pete, huge win today versus Furman. I'm glad we can perform like that when facing such a daunting team. Yeah, it was an amazing win. It was an amazing win. And they're going to review this for an hour, I guess. Complete pass is what was called on the field. That referee, the head referee, and the call's upheld, so it's going to be first down Pittsburgh. That head referee in the Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech game looks like Mr. Y'all ever see that? Y'all remember Mr. Bean? You know who Mr. Bean is, right? The silent comic with the mole on his face. That guy looks like Mr. Bean. You don't know who Mr. Bean is? BK Ipte. All right, first down and another first down. That's 3 completions in a row on this drive. All big chunk plays, too. 3. What? Georgia Tech's defense finally showed up for about 3 seconds, and now they're about to let Pittsburgh score again in a minute. This is unbelievable. "35 seconds left in the half. Yeah, there we go. A sack, a loss of about 8 yards, 7 yards on the play. Vandenberg. And Pittsburgh's going to call their second timeout. At least that backed them up a little bit closer to reality. Setting up potentially for a huge game next week with Miami. Wait, you mean the Pittsburgh-Miami game? Yeah. Yeah, Miami fans are actually rooting for Pitt right now. They want Pitt to beat Georgia Tech so that their win against Pitt, if they beat Pitt next week, will look better to the playoff committee. I mean, I understand that. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm rooting for Georgia Tech because I bet on them. And also, I like Haynes King, and I don't like Pat Narduzzi. But from a team standpoint, I don't really care. I'm going to root for who I bet for. You know what I mean? Or who I bet on. Second down and 17. What is this? What is that, the 20? Or the 30? From the 30. Pass over the middle, incomplete. That's going to make it a third and long, 3rd and 17. They are in field goal range at the 30. Best case scenario for Georgia Tech here is to get a sack or some sort of loss on the play to make this a harder field goal try. Who's weird enough for the Big Ten? Brian Kelly? He might go full circle and end up back where he started at Cincinnati at some point. That's where he started, wasn't it? 3rd down and 17. And they get all the way down to about the 27 on the pass play there. So they're going to bring the field goal unit out. There's 14 seconds left. I'm assuming they're going to let this run down to about 2 seconds to 3 seconds and call a timeout. And they do, right at 3 seconds. And they'll bring the field goal unit out to try to make this a 17-point game before the half. Pitt will learn real quick next week what that Miami defense is way better than Georgia. Yeah, Miami's defense is way better than Georgia Tech's. I don't think there's anybody arguing that. There's no doubt about that at all. That kicker looks 14. Yeah, he does look. He's got a baby face. And why is did he break his hand or something? He's got look at his left hand. It looks like he's got a fucking cast on it or something. Look at that. Yeah, he's got a cast on it. It is a cast. He must have broke his finger or his hand. Here we go. 40-yard attempt. Oh, man, he shanked it. And so Georgia Tech, after being 20, well, what are you doing? Why is this guy acting like he's hurt now? What? You got to be shitting me. You have got to be shitting me right now. That was worse than a fucking LeBron James flop. What is going on? Offsides? Oh my God. What an employee. What are we doing? Bro, hey, it was offsides. It's the right call. What the fuck is Georgia Tech doing, man? So he's going to get a free kick now. From a much shorter distance. Here we go. Free kick here. Basically, there's 0 on the clocks, but you can't end the half on a penalty, so he's going to get another kick. This time from 35 yards. Unbelievable. He missed it again. What the fuck? This is like a shit show, man. You had one job. Yeah, casket.
Casket!
God dang, man.
I don't feel well. I don't feel well. I don't feel well. Casket! Jesus. Casket! Life shouldn't be that stressful. If this is my show casket. 2 weeks in, by week 10, I'm going to be doing the show from a casket. Casket! Look down in the bayou.
Well, this ought to be an entertaining second half. I can tell you that much right now. So here's the deal. It's now the halftime. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to go get some cheese dip and take a leak. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to play the Sea Dog halftime video from, I don't know if he's home or he's at the hospital. Anyway, I'll play the Sea Dog video, and then hopefully by that time it'll be about time to kick off the third quarter. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, we're going to pull up this Sea Dog video. I got to see this. Somebody in the chat said that he's got fleas. I'm not sure what that means. He's got fleas, or I know he's got like 18 dogs and 9 cats. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see here.
I can't do this anymore.
Here we go.
Look, I've never done this before. It's the second quarter. We're down 28-0. This game's over. We're done. I'm doing the post-game reaction in the second quarter. Like 2 minutes in the second quarter. It's over. We're not coming back. Pittsburgh has dominated us from the word go. Dominated on offense, dominated on defense, dominated on special teams, dominated in the turnover margin, penalty margin, coaching, efforts, everything. They're dominating us. We are getting blown out and destroyed. We had everything to play for, man. Everything on the line. There's a helpful little freaking graphic right above the scoreboard that shows 28-0 that they don't take away. It says ACC, Georgia Tech advances to the ACC championship game with a win tonight over Pittsburgh. That's what's on the freaking line. And they're acting like they're a 1-9 team going to roll out on the field and take their weekly ass whooping. As if they just had to be there. Everybody's done their part, man. Everybody has done their part. This stadium is sold out. Everybody's been lobbying for Haynes King to be a Heisman. He's terrible tonight. This is by far his worst performance. Throw the worst pick you've ever seen. We can't get a first down. The receivers are dropping the balls. We can't run the ball. Haynes King is inaccurate as hell. He's playing bad. I defended him until now because he's been playing really well, despite the defense playing bad. Now it's both sides of the ball. And this is what happens, man. We're at home at a night game in a sellout crowd with everything to play for, and we're fucking blowing it. Fuck this team, dude. I'm so tired of this shit, man. Look at this. Look at my house. Look at my freaking house. I've got fleas, man. We've got everything bagged up. Look at this, man. This is my bedroom right now. This is the type of shit I'm having to deal with. I got a 5-day-old son. And I had to evacuate my house because we have a flea infestation. And I had to beg my friends to come over here. We're busting our ass all fucking day. I want to sit down and watch the Jackets make my freaking life a little better. That would be so sweet if the Jackets would. Instead, they're fucking blowing it, and they're ruining my life. I've got too much more important shit going on than to let them do this to me, okay? I've got enough shit. This has been the hardest week of my life. 4 days my wife labored. 4 days she labored for our son. He's here, and he is the biggest, most amazing thing to ever happen to me. I can't do this anymore. Georgia Tech has got my hopes up so much this season. This was a climactic season. We had everything ahead of us. Haynes King's senior year. We had so much to play for. ACC championship, get a win over Georgia, and playoffs hopes. And they're pissing it away in the month of November at the very end. And I had a lot planned. I've got a lot of shit going on, as you can see. He's losing his mind. Planned of videos to do, great buzzsaw content, all that shit that takes a lot of effort. Despite everything I've got going on, I was going to put in the effort for the Jackets and make some great content, and I'm not going to do that anymore. If the Jackets are going to quit and give up on the season, I am too. Look, I'll
Oh,
do
he sounds like
low-effort
Sleeta
content.
now.
I'll pick up my phone and yell into it. I can't do the produced crazy content right now. Maybe a year where we actually get our head out of our ass and perform in freaking November, maybe I can have fun and get to do videos like that. But look, I've been saying this. October is for pretenders. November is for contenders. We are pretenders. We are frauds. Everything everybody said about us is true. All the haters have been absolutely 100% correct. We are 100% fraudulent. And I'm so unbelievable. Like, I just can't believe that the defense just completely, inexplicably decided to play, to stop playing football. It's like they're not there. They get ran over as if they're not even there. They look like middle schoolers.
Yeah, like Clark Griswold.
Against Pitt. It happened with NC State. It happened with Boston College. A 1-19, we barely squeaked out that freaking game by the skin of our nutsack. And we barely beat a 1-9 team last week. And we haven't improved a lick. I don't even know what to say anymore. This game's over. I'm done. I'm going to thank these guys for helping me clean up today.
Look at that guy with his hands on his head. Look at that guy right there.
Hold my newborn son.
He's watching Sea Dog's meltdown.
Because that's all I have. I don't have a good football team. I have these fucking assholes who get my hopes up all season, waste my time, going 9-1, everything on the line, and they piss down their leg. The lights are too bright. At a home game at night on senior night. This is Haynes King's last game. It will end in an epic blowout and failure. So I couldn't be more besides myself. I got more important shit to go on. Look, I'll keep making content. I'm not gonna shut down my channel. I just can't do the crazy produced content like I plan to. So my life's a little bit crazy right now. Jackets are not freaking doing anything to make it better. I'm done. I'm done with the Jackets. I'm done.
He says that every time they lose, that he's done. Thank you to Slim Shady Canes. Didn't Sea Dog grill me about Mario choking in November? Brent Key is a worse Mario with no sleeves. Yeah, he does cut off his sleeves, doesn't he? Drunk and losing. No, here's the thing about Sea Dog. Sea Dog doesn't drink. He doesn't drink. So he's sober and losing. But the other thing about that video that's funny to me, if you know Sea Dog, and I've known Sea Dog for a long time now, he doesn't cuss. He said the F word at least 3 times in that video. I've never heard him do that before. I've seen him crash out. I have never heard him drop the F-bomb 3 times before. He's genuinely mad when he does that. Pete, please stop reveling about I'm not reveling in it. It's just funny. I love seeing crash outs. Crash outs are the best thing about YouTube. I mean, man, look, people love to see people upset. I've done it before. Sea Dog does it all the time. Ruby Ridge, question for Pete. Does Clemson win a trophy for winning the Barney Bowl today? No, they don't. Yeah, I'll probably definitely clip that. He said at least 3 or 4. First of all, the flea, the fleas thing is hilarious. He's like, look at my bedroom. This is what my bedroom looks like. I've got fleas. That's what he said. I've got fleas. Not we've got fleas in the house. I've got fleas. That's what he said. I've got fleas. Too many nerds crashing out does get depressing. The Barney Bowl is next week. Clemson versus South Carolina is the Barney Bowl. Blake Gideon is not calling defensive plays for Tech. Another coach made the play calls that last series. You're starting to sound like Clemson fan now. Clemson fans, like, every time Clemson has a good offensive drive, they're like, well, must not have been Garrett Riley. Somebody else must have been calling them plays. Old Oaken Bucket next week, too. That's an interesting game. Clemson and South Carolina. I mean, it's two bad teams, so it's not interesting as far as good football, but it's interesting that they're both bad equally. Yeah, I really don't know how to feel about that game. If I had to pick right now, I'd pick South Carolina, though. They got a better quarterback. Oh, Barney Purple. I see what you're saying. What's up, Billy Cole? How you doing, buddy? Right now, as we speak, the second half's about to start here in Atlanta. But Tennessee is up 28-0. I mean, Florida has no answer. They're getting blown out by Tennessee right now. Blown out. Third quarter about to start. And I can't remember who got the ball first. I'm pretty sure Pitt got the ball first. I think the final score of Notre Dame and Syracuse was 70-7. 70. Damn. How did this Florida team beat Texas? That's a good. Well, Florida they've quit. They've given up. That's clear. I mean, you got to give credit to Tennessee too, but it just looks like Florida's given up. All right, no, so I was wrong. Pittsburgh gets the ball to start the second half. I don't know why I thought they got the ball. I thought they got the ball to start the first half and went down and scored immediately, but I guess Georgia Tech went 3 and out, and then Pitt got the ball and scored. And scored on their first 4 offensive possessions too, by the way. And then finally, Georgia Tech's defense woke up and stopped in the last 2 drives and was able to put up 14 points offensively to keep. Oh, by the way, first and 10 here. I'll tell you in a second. I got a call from Rec Talk at halftime when I was taking my break. First and 10, quick throw by Pittsburgh, and it's good for 8 yards. Here we go again. Yeah, I got a call from Rec Talk at halftime. He's at the game. And he sounded surprisingly hopeful, which was not what I expected to hear from him. 2nd down and 2, and good defense there by Georgia Tech. He might have got a yard there. Anyway, 3rd down and short coming up. A flea collar. Yeah, I don't know. Flea collar. Sea-Dog should do his next video, first down Pitt. Sea-Dog should do his next video with a flea collar around his neck. That's what he should do. Vizina could have got a broken leg next year and still be the starter. It's just saying everyone's slow. Yes, Vizina will be the starter next year. I don't know who's saying otherwise. But yeah, I mean, first and 10. From the 38. Pass over the middle. Tackled at the 40. A 2-yard gain there. 2nd down and 8 coming up. I bet that it is who Pete was talking about the other room about someone hiding people. Who? Somebody was hiding people on my channel. I had to go unblock some people that I did not block. But I have YouTube doesn't tell you who hid them. So I have no idea who did it. 2nd down and 7. From the 41, they're going to run it to the left side, and he's going to be off to the fucking races. Down all the way to about the 36-yard line. 1st down, Pitt. Denson is transferring after this season, I bet. I don't think he will. Yeah, I don't think Denson's going to transfer. He's waiting in the wings. Look, Vizina's waited 3 years in the wings to be a starter next year behind Klubnik. Flag against Pittsburgh. But anyway, Denson only has to wait 1 year to start. So Denson will wait next year. He redshirted this year. He'll sit behind Vizina next year, and then he'll take over as starter most likely in 2027. If I had to guess, of course I don't know. These days you don't know, but that's my prediction. I don't think he's transferring. He's a freshman. You think he's going to get paid to leave? Yeah. I mean, I guess that's possible. But 2nd down and 3. Pittsburgh. Oh, he just falls over his own feet. He got bit by the turf monster. A loss of 2 yards by Turner on the carry. Huge 3rd down here for Georgia Tech. I mean, if I'm Clemson, I'm looking for a transfer quarterback whether Denson stays or not. But I'm not Clemson or Dabo. So who knows? 3rd down and 4. Big 3rd down here. Georgia Tech needs to stop him here. A pitch play to the running back, and they got him short. Good defense there by the Jackets. Let's fucking go. Come on. The softest person in here that has 100 people blocked B-Bean. He blocked me in 2021 when I told him he shouldn't get the 4th booster. Yeah. Y'all are a trip, man. I love hanging out with y'all every week during the. It sucks the football season's coming down to an end here soon. 4th down and 3. But I look forward to this all year. Hanging out with y'all and watching football it's the best part of the year for me. I love it. Pete blocked. No, I blocked you by accident. I was trying to block the bot that was posting, come watch this channel, live college football. I blocked you by accident. You know that. You have a face for radio, you have a personality of fecal matter. Are you talking about me? Oh, Slim. God damn, man, y'all are mean. Why you gotta be so mean? Georgia Tech gonna win. If Georgia Tech wins, I'm getting paid, son. I got 3 bets on them. If they win, I'm getting paid, son. This Tennessee and Florida game is no good. Is there any other game I can watch other than? I mean, clearly I'm watching the Pittsburgh game and Georgia Tech game. Is there another game on that's like worth watching? This Florida game is not worth watching. Let's see here. Arizona State and Colorado. How's that going? Stanford and Cal. What's that? What channel's that on? I keep messing. Here it is. ACC Network. All right, we'll watch that one. Still 0-0 early in the game there. Well, not 0-0 anymore. SMU, no, that's SMU. BYU game is close. Really? Oh, it's at halftime. That's why. They're showing replays here. Well, we can do the BYU game then. Let's try that one. BYU and Cincinnati on Fox. All right, we'll watch this one then. Tied 7-7. I guess Notre Dame won again. Yeah, 70 to, what was it? Yeah, they blew them out. 70 to nothing, basically. I don't know what I did here. Can you guys kiss and make up? B Bean and Slim Shady are throwing blows at each other in the chat. I'll be like Donald Trump and I'll, can we get a ceasefire? Which one of you is Israel and which one of you is Palestine? You need a ceasefire immediately. Pete, do a New Year's Eve game this year. Yes, I will. Do y'all remember the New Year's Eve stream I did last year? I don't know if I can recreate that. That was something serious there. I was in rare form. All right, here we go. Georgia Tech back on offense here, down 14 points in the third quarter. Game far from over. Second down and 8 for the Jackets at the 22. Haynes King throws it, caught over the middle. Oh, a spin move. First down, Jackets. Let's fucking go. Come on. Big play there. Haynes King just steps up in the pocket and delivers a strike over the middle. Down to the 40, what is this, 5. And they're going to run it on first down and 10 and get about a yard maybe. Pete did a jackpot stream. Yeah, I went over the edge last New Year's Eve. I got so hammered. I almost drank an entire handle of vodka by myself. It was bad. I did have fun, but I couldn't walk for 2 days after that. Second down and 9. And a quick throw caught, and he's going to get the first down, a pickup of about 11 yards. First and 10. Jackets on the move. Yeah, I was watching Jackpot last week when he broke the TV. The break in the TV was nothing. He barely punched it. He did like one of these deals, and these TVs aren't hard to break. Big play on first down. Georgia Tech picks up 9, and they're on the move, son. Jamal Haynes. But what Jackpot did after that was more funny. He ended up taking his TV in his backyard and taking his shirt off and body slamming, or I don't even know I don't know wrestling moves. Whatever it was, he jumping off suplex or whatever the fuck, jumping off his porch. I've broken TVs before, not on YouTube, but I've broken TVs. These flat screen TVs are not hard to break. They're not at all. First of all, he didn't break it originally. He just dented it to where the picture was messed up. That's not hard to do at all. I've done it. Oh yeah. Breaking those old TVs. If you break those old TVs, you're gonna break your hand trying to break it, or your foot, or whatever, your knee, or whatever you're trying to do to break it. You're gonna break something. You know, are y'all still arguing? Can y'all kiss and make up? Trump will end this chat war. Yeah, I should call Donald. I should call Donald and ask him to end this chat war. Ceasefire. Oh. Is my TV frozen, or what's going on here? All right, here we go. Oh, it's a review, that's why. Of course there's a review. Why wouldn't there be? Look at that. Georgia, so according to ESPN, 34% chance of making the CFP, 58% chance if they win this game. I don't know where they're getting those numbers from, but if they lose this game, they have 0% chance. I have no idea where they're getting these numbers from. If Georgia Tech loses this game, there's 0 chance they make the playoffs. 0. Second down and 1. And they give it to Haynes, and he gets the first down for about 2 yards. Who is Pakistan and Israel? I don't know. James says, where's Slaw? He doesn't like that I went to Clemson. Well, Huffer Billy Paul was a part. He was the first member of the Clemson Life program. Inside the 5-yard line, Haynes King, let's fucking go. First and goal coming up. Come on, Jackets. I'm about to get the stick out. It's stick time. Stick time. Walking stick time. When the stick comes out, shit gets serious. Look at this run by Haynes King. Down to the 5. Dang, Dabo confirms OPH is out for the rest of the season. Yeah, that's terrible. All right, so good defense there by Pitt. It's going to be second down and goal from the 5 now. BYU up 3 points over Cincinnati. Second down and goal. King, he's going to keep it. Fighting, and he gets 2 yards. So he gets back to the original line of scrimmage from first down back to the 5-yard line. Now it's going to be third and goal from the 5. The question here is, I mean, at this point, I might take the point. If you don't get the first down here, I might take the field goal here. You're only down by 14. Let's see if they get it. And King back to pass, throws it. Oh my God. Worst possible thing you could fucking do there. A fucking 95-yard pick six. The worst thing you could do. What are they doing? Oh my God. That's probably the game right there. I mean, you were about to make it a 7-point game, and now you're down by 21. Unbelievable. That just pretty much took the wind out of the sails there. About to make it a 7-point game, now you're down by 21 points, 35-14. Holy shit. I mean, all you got to do is not turn the ball over there. Run the ball. If you get it, you're great. If you don't, kick the field goal, then you're down by 10 in the third. But now you're down by 21. Wow. That was bad. That was really bad. If Pittsburgh scores again, I might have to put 100 to a negative 100 back up on the scoreboard again. That just was terrible there. Yeah, why did they throw the ball there? I mean, first of all, Haynes King's short passes all game have been awful. He's connected on one or two, medium range passes where the receiver or the tight end was wide open. Everything he's thrown short has been awful. So with the game on the line, when you're down inside the 5-yard line, I don't know why you'd throw that pass there. I don't understand it. Again, to me, this is like watching Clemson play. This is what Clemson does inside the red zone. Exactly what they do. I remember Georgia Tech from their brief appearance in Rudy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were, yeah. Yeah. Was that the last game they played in Rudy? I think it was. Yeah, that was when Rudy actually got on the field and everybody cheered. They were playing against Georgia Tech, wasn't it? I think so, yeah. Yeah. I used to love that movie when I was a kid, though, because I loved college football and, well, it was a different time, you know. I mean, that was a great movie back in the day. It was. Yeah, Rudy. That's right. Yeah, Rudy sacked Georgia Tech. I mean, he was offsides, to be fair, but yeah, he did sack Georgia Tech. And then they patted him on his little head. They're like, good job, Rudy. That was fun. And then they carried him off the field, right? On their shoulders. The real Rudy, wasn't he like a complete asshole? Wasn't he like a raging alcoholic and like got arrested like 3 DUIs and everybody hated him? The real Rudy was not fun. He wasn't like the movie Rudy. Matthew, thank you for the super chat. 14-point game at best going into the fourth. Two interceptions, 14 points. Yeah, that was bad. I don't understand the play call there. At the 5-yard line, Haynes King is running the ball well. Jamal Haynes is running the ball well. And you're going to put it in the air for no reason at all. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Flag on the kick. And that's just deflating, too. I mean, that was a deflating. I mean, a 95-yard return, or 100-yard return, really, or 99 yards, or whatever it was. Jeez. And we have an injured Pittsburgh player here. Yeah, it's South Bend, Indiana, full of Irish, cold weather, beer, and any kind of alcohol equals bad decisions. You can say that about anywhere. It's not cold here. It's not South Bend where I live. But my life has been full of too much alcohol and bad decisions. I don't need South Bend to make that happen for me. I've done it on my own. Look like sellers. All right, well, we'll see if Georgia Tech can try to muster up some kind of fucking miracle comeback here. Down 21, 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third quarter. They need a miracle, an absolute miracle. And what is he doing? This game's over. As a Clemson fan, who's your most hated rival? I hate South Carolina, I hate Florida State, and I hate NC State. I mean, South Carolina's number one. Second down and 10, and he throws another pass to the sideline. This time he gets about 5 yards out of it. By Hosley. Got Hosley. I got Hosley in different area codes. Sideline, bro. Clemson and Furman's biggest rivals. Yes. Pete, you should have had your wizard stick more in life to make. Yeah, if I would have had this stick back or when I was younger, my life would have turned out much better. Actually, as a matter of fact, since I got the wizard stick, my life has got better. That's a pretty interesting perspective you have there on that. This is a lucky stick that I whittled from a silver maple tree on my own with my own 2 hands. Yes. It is good luck. 4th down and 5, and they're going to go for it here. And they're going to fucking pass it again for no fucking reason. Why are you doing? What are they doing? Why did Georgia Tech all of a sudden when they play Pittsburgh turn themselves into a passing team? They haven't been a passing team all year. But all of a sudden now they're going to try to pretend like they are? I don't understand what's going on here. Thank you, Matthew. The 4th down will end it. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that pick 6 in the red zone is. I mean, that was the final nail in the coffin. I mean, that was a 14-point swing. At the very least, it was a 10-point swing or 11-point swing, but it was a 14-point swing. You have to pass when you're that far down, Pete. No, not if it doesn't work. I disagree. There's still a lot of time left. Pete stole Moses' staff from the 10 Commandments movie. Running eats too much clock. All right, well, how's passing working? It's not. Thank you, Scott. What's up, Scott? What are they doing, Pete? They're not doing anything. Pretty much the problem. I don't agree with it. Well, first of all, when Slim Shady says pass, you have to pass when you're that far down. No, they were down 28-0, and they started running the ball, and they got themselves back in the game. Then they're down 14. They drive all the way down inside the red zone and decide not to run the ball anymore and pass it, and now they're down 21 again. And now they're still doing it. So, no, everything you said, Slim, is wrong. Georgia Tech's playing to lose, yes. Penn State whippings the Corns. Yeah, well, that's not surprising at all. I mean, as bad as Penn State is, at least they're not Nebraska. I mean, Nebraska's a dumpster fire. Imagine Slim saying something wrong. Well, he said the last thing he said was definitely wrong. Georgia Tech wants Georgia to overlook them. No. This game is way more important for Georgia Tech than the Georgia game is. As a matter of fact, if you listen to the playoff committee, they value quality losses. We talked about this on the midday show yesterday. So Georgia Tech beats Pittsburgh, a hypothetical situation. Let's say Georgia Tech were to beat Pittsburgh tonight. A quality loss against Georgia next week might catapult them into the top 5. The committee loves quality losses. I mean, they like losing more than they like winning. They're like, yeah, they lost the game, but did you see who they lost to? Move them up. Oh, they beat so-and-so? Fuck them. All right, first down and 10, and good defense there by Tech. Oh, is that a replay? What's going on here? No, yeah. Second down and 14 for Pittsburgh. Back to a 21-point game here. And Pittsburgh has great field position to start the drive here, but it is second down and 14. And they bring the house and sacked. Wow, what a play. What a play, completely untouched. The defender actually came up the middle untouched, tripped, got back up, and still came in and sacked the quarterback. Well, I say he was untouched. He got tripped up. Then he got back up and sacked the quarterback for about a 10-yard loss or more. It's going to be third and a fucking mile here. Third and 26 coming up. And a short pass. Somebody tackled this guy, and he gets to the 50. All right, so Georgia Tech's going to get the ball back here. Thank you, Matthew. Georgia Tech's critical, uncomplimentary football, offense stalling when your defense is showing. Yes, that is a great point. Early in the game, the defense couldn't stop a hole in a diaper. You know what I mean? I mean, they couldn't do anything. But in the second half, or since Pitt scored 28 points, the defense is playing okay, and the offense is playing like ass. So yeah, it's no complimentary football here. So the defense does their job again here, and Georgia Tech's going to get the ball back. Can they do something with this? Down 21 at home in the third. What can they do? Now, during the second half of the first half, which I guess another way to say that is the second quarter, Georgia Tech made a massive comeback. Can they do that now? We shall see. First and 10. From the 20. King's going to keep it. Hey, look! 11-yard gain, and he ripped his mouthpiece out. Did you see that? They ripped Haynes King's mouthpiece out, which he wasn't wearing. Why do you even... Here's the other thing. All these players have these mouthpieces dangling from their face mask, but they never wear it. So why even have it on your face mask? Haynes King's going to keep it again. And he's going to, he got rocked that time, but he got about 6 or 7 yards. 6 yards. curse of the Golden Domers. Georgia Tech beats Georgia next week. This game is for Vegas. Yeah, I don't know about that. 2nd down and 5. King's going to keep it again. This is what he should have been doing the entire last drive. Hell, the whole game, really. The passing game is non-existent for Georgia Tech. It just is. All right, a minute and a half left here in the third. 1st and 10, Tech. And I don't know what happened there. Somebody call a timeout? No, flag. Is this a false start? Yeah, false start against Tech. To row in the boat. They're rowing the boat. They're going backwards. They're rowing the boat. Rowing the boat. Can't do that. Down 21 at home. Can't row the boat. Shit, I'm knocking stuff over here with my stick. King under pressure on 1st and 15, throws, catches for about 4 yards. Gets out of bounds. A minute left in the third. 2nd down. This game is something else. No urgency at all from Georgia Tech time-wise here. Clock continues to tick. 44, 43. Is this an empty back set here? No. They call a timeout. Another flag? Oh my God, what are you doing? This is, they're at home. The false starts. This is an epic failure by Georgia Tech. An epic failure. False starting at home. You got the crowd on your fucking side. They're doing everything possible to lose this game. Everything. Try harder to lose the game. I don't know if you can. Back to pass. Jesus Christ. This is hard to watch. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, he's throwing these checkdowns every play. That's the end of the third quarter. My Lord. Are there any Virginia fans? There's one. I know one. I know one Virginia fan on YouTube. Wahoo Brad is his name. He's been around here for a while. But yeah, there's not many. Well, we're going to need some kind of insane fourth quarter by Georgia Tech to make this a game again. But it doesn't look like they're going to do that. How much money's on this game? I'm not going to even tell you. It's a good thing I'm up coming into this game. That's all I can tell you. I got 3 bets on this game, though. I still might hit 1 or 2 of them, though, depending on what the final score is. The one I won't hit is the one where Georgia Tech wins. That's the first bet I made. What's up, Vic? I just don't understand the offensive game plan by Georgia Tech. I mean, your bread and butter all year has been running the ball with Jamal Haynes and Haynes King. And then you just don't do that in the biggest game of the year, the biggest game of, well, probably the past decade. I mean, Georgia Tech in the past decade, I mean, since the playoffs have started, they've never been on the verge of making the playoffs. They are now. And they just abandoned everything that made them win games. Now, the defense has a lot to do with it, too. The defense is giving up a lot of points. But offensively, I don't know why you just change your game plan for what works. Dave Brown, Bourbon Hunter, what's up, man? Cheers, Pete. We are having a bad day. Well, I've had a lot of bad days, and I'll have a lot more. But you know what I say. Every day above ground is a great day as far as I'm concerned. And that's just a fact. Lack of coaching, lack of effort, lack of competence. I'm having a great day, so it balances out Dave. Only bet Tech when the players are robots in 2050. Georgia Tech needs a turnover. They need a lot of things. A turnover would be nice, yeah, but they need a lot more than that. I'm stressed out, and I'm not even a Georgia Tech fan. That tells you all you need to know. I can't imagine how stressed out they are. I feel like I'm watching Clemson play. That's what it feels like. Haynes King is in his head, has to push the ball even if you guys are covered. Yeah. Here we go with the dumbass interview on the field with the coach between quarters for absolutely no reason. 3rd down and 13, Haynes King. And he's going to keep it. And he gets tackled by his literal neck at the 48. 4th down. At least they're pretending to go for it. I don't know if they're going to go for it or not. And what happened? Another flag. Oh, my God. Is this another false start by Georgia Tech? What is going on? Another false start by Tech. They are just shitting all over themselves. Now they got a punt. What the fuck, dude? This is bad. Fair catch called for at the 8 or 7 or somewhere. Anyway, inside the 10. Tech is just, they're, I can't imagine them playing a worse game than what they're playing right now. They're doing everything they need to do to lose this game. It's probably over. My bets aren't over, though. One of them's over. I need to cover the other 2, though. Or I need to. I want to. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. They need a turnover here. I'm saying that every drive. They need a turnover here. Oh, man. All right. Got about 3 yards on the run there. 2nd down and 7 coming up for Pitt. Who is in the ACC championship now with Tech looking like they're going to lose? Probably SMU. Probably Virginia and SMU. Yeah. Isn't that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah, SMU in Virginia. 2nd down and 5. First down, Pitt. 7-yard, 8-yard gain on 2nd and 5. And now Pittsburgh has to do nothing other than just run the ball, bleed the clock, and this game it'll be over. Not turn the ball over. Start there. And they get a sack. A loss of about 8 yards on the sack there. Like Georgia Tech they're not giving up, give them that much, but they're inconsistent. Good play there by the Jackets. How many points am I getting? Well, I've got 3 different bets. I've got 6.5 points and 24 points, 23.5 points. My first bet, I had Tech -2, so I was giving points. Then I made two bets as Georgia Tech as an underdog. So those are the 2 I need to hit. 2nd down and 17. He's out here looking like Haynes King. He got about, I don't know what he got there, but it's 3rd down and maybe about 8 coming up. Matthew, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Pitt coaching well too now. They know, yeah, they're doing the smart thing. They're just running the ball and running the clock out. And incomplete. So it's going to be, Pittsburgh's going to have to punt here. So just inside of 12 minutes left in the game. And Tech is going to get the ball back here. They need some sort of quick score, however it is. I mean, time is what when you're down by 21, I mean, 12 minutes is a lot of time, but when you're down by 21, you're going to have to get some kind of points quickly somewhere, whether it's from the defense with a pick 6 or something, or a special teams touchdown, or just some big play on offense. But they've got to score quickly. Like, time is the Tech's biggest problem right now. Yeah. So they're going to take over at the, 37-yard line. You can't run. Well, the problem is they can't pass because they suck at it. You could get plus 24. I already did. I got plus 23.5. Same thing as 24, pretty much. Vanderbilt tailgating scene was pretty pathetic today. Well, of course it is. Did you see? When I was in Nashville last year, I took an Uber to Vanderbilt Stadium and did a video from there. You fit a running touchdown in there, but you can't have an 8-minute drive. Yeah, Vanderbilt Stadium is pathetic. I'm sorry. I've been to a bunch of college football stadiums. I don't care what they did to it to make it nicer. The shit was pathetic. Pete loves Uber. Yeah, when I'm out of town, I mean, when I was supposed to, I flew in and out. I didn't drive there. ESPN gives Pitt 99.5% chance now. Yeah, they should. Yeah. Do I think that Pitt will win by more than 14.6 points? 14.6? What? Did you bet Pitt 14.6? I don't even know what. You mean 14 and a half? Oh, yeah, I was about to say 14. I was like, I don't know what betting site you're using where they give you 14.6. That's different. What stadium haven't you been to that you want to go to? Oh, God, a bunch of them. God, I mean, where do I start? I want to go to Michigan. I want to go to Oregon. I'd like to go to the Rose Bowl, even though UCLA sucks. I'd like to go to LSU. I'd like to go to Florida. I've been to Georgia, but never for a game. But I've been inside the stadium. We got kicked out of. Well, we didn't get kicked out, but we kind of got kicked out of there. Me, Sea Dog, and Traveling Fools went down to Georgia Stadium to fuck with them, and they pretty much told us to leave because we were causing trouble in there. I mean, there's a million stadiums. I've been. So here's where I have been. I've been to Georgia Tech. Went this year. South Carolina, Virginia Tech, which was pretty cool. That was 2011, I think. I've never been to Florida State. I'd like to go to Florida State too. Where else have I been? Clemson, South Carolina, Virginia Tech. I've been to a bunch of bowl games, but those aren't in college stadiums. I'd like to go to Penn State. Yeah. It's the fourth quarter. 35-14. Here we go. 1st and 10, Georgia Tech. Oh, I've been to Arkansas, too. I've been to Arkansas. 1st and 10. Big play there by the Jackets down at the 30-yard line, 1st down. All right. I said they need to score quickly here. This would be the opportunity to do it. Yeah, Tennessee. I like to go to Tennessee, too. Oklahoma. I mean, Texas. I mean, and some of the ones that just have beautiful views, like BYU, Utah, with the mountains around them. I mean, beat that. 2nd down and 5. Big play there by Tech. Inside the 15-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 14 coming up. Let's go. Even App State. And that's not even that far from me. It's probably about a 5-hour drive, maybe. 6-hour drive. App State. Amazing view from that stadium. Here we go, 1st down, Tech. King's gonna keep it. Makes some guys miss, and he gets close to the 1st down. He's gonna be down around the 6, which will put him at 2nd down and 1. Again, time is a problem here. Inside of 9.5 minutes, now I gotta stand up. Every time I stand up, they start losing though. I don't know if this is good. I don't think this is a good strategy for my bet. 2nd and 2 officially. Haynes King's gonna keep it. Breaks it inside, down at the 3, 1st and goal. Tech. Boy, that fucking pick 6 he threw in the red zone, that's gonna be the difference in this game, I'm telling you. That was just so bad. That was the game. Yeah. And they're not, yeah, you're right. They're taking too long to run plays. The clock's just ticking away. And they're just fucking lollygagging around here. Touchdown Tech. They're going to say he's down? Oh, no. First of all, stop the clock. Stop the clock. Review it. The clock just continues to tick. He's laying on the ground. Could somebody call a fucking timeout or something? He's just laying there and the clock just continues to tick 10 seconds off. What the fuck? Put time back on the clock. They clicked at least 10 seconds off the clock there. I think he got a touchdown there. Review it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Review it. Is King hurt? No, that's not King. It's an offensive lineman's hurt. That's a touchdown. What are they? And what were? Was his knee down? His knee might have been down, but it looked to me like the ball was over the line simultaneously with when his knee went down, though. Yeah. I mean, the ball, as long as the ball breaks the plane when your knee is down, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Sorry, bro. That's a touchdown. And this fucking Mr. Bean ref here looks like he hasn't slept in about 4 days. The bag's under his eyes. And he's about to tell us it's not a touchdown. Watch. Watch. Oh, he told us it is. Touchdown, Tech. Let's go. I told you. I always believed in Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean's a great referee, by the way. I love him. Philo! 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 All right, here we go. Extra point. And it is good. 21. Oh. Yeah, I'd kick an onside kick. Why not? 21 to 35 now. I'd kick an onside kick. Why not? Calling for Philo, y'all are dumb. No. That joke must have went over your head. Listening to the review booth really is nice for the fan. Yeah, I can't hear it, but yeah, I agree with you. Obviously, I had the volume down. But what did they say there? They must have said the same thing I said, is that the knee and the breaking of the plane with the ball happened simultaneously, which is a touchdown. Is that what they said? Listening to the review booth. Oh, yeah, you just said that. All right, meanwhile, it's 10-7 BYU over Cincinnati in the third. BYU is currently ranked, what, 11th, I think? Yeah, 11th. They're about to score again, though. They're about to take a two-score lead here. That would be a cool job to have. What? A ref? Yeah, they should put time back on the clock. They ran 10 seconds out after the touchdown. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. There should be 10 seconds put back on the clock, but I don't think they're going to. Oh, the review booth? Yeah, that would be a cool job. Yeah, that would be cool. Does Georgia Tech go for 2 on another touchdown? No. I don't know why you do that. I mean, first of all, you're down 14 points now. If you're going to go for 2, it should be to win the game, not to. No, I wouldn't go for 2. Maybe on the last touchdown if it's to win the game, but other than that, no. ESPN had a graphic up that Miami survives a scare. Did they really? Did they really? Are you joking? That's hilarious. They did put time back on? It's still on commercial on my end. That's funny, though. All right, here we go. Down by 14 now with how many? 8 minutes and something left in the game. And they're just going to keep so they saw what we saw with the time. 8 minutes and 44 seconds is when he scored. They played that thing all the way down almost 15 seconds. What? So they didn't put time back on the clock. It's 8:26 now. That's almost 20 seconds. What the? And the onside kick, is it good? No. Nope. Tried the onside kick. They got screwed out of about 18 seconds there, 19 seconds. And then they missed the onside kick. ESPN keeps making the game about James Franklin. Well, of course. Of course they did. First down and 10. For Pitt at the 40. Up 14. Yeah, Tech needs a turnover here. There's no two ways about it. And good defense there by Tech. Got about maybe a yard on the catch. Tech needs a turnover on defense. The key to the onside kick is to do it when they don't see it coming. Well, yeah, that helps, I guess. But the other key to the onside kick is to recover it. That also helps, usually. Second down and 9. On the 41. All right. Good open field tackle there by Tech. All right. Third down coming up. Third down and 9. Pitt can't do shit right now. Well, not offensively. This game has been weird. Under pressure. Oh, get him. How in the fuck did he get out of that? Boy, he better not complete that pass. And he didn't. Incomplete, out of bounds. But how in the shit, how did he get out of that? So Pittsburgh's going to have to punt here. This game ain't over, guys. I can't believe I'm even saying this right now, but this game is not over. Still a lot of time left on the clock. Georgia Tech's about to get the ball back, down 14. What a crazy game this is. Narduzzi has to be the dumbest coach. Well, he's pretty dumb, yeah. Oh, no. Fake! What a dumbass! What are you doing? What the fuck is that? Why would you do that? Oh my God! What was the point of that? You're up 14 points in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes to go. Why would you do that? Fucking idiot. Let's go, Jackets. What a dumbass. What a dumbass. These coaches be trying to do too much, man. I'm telling you. They do. Haynes King. Throws it over the middle. Caught. Inside the 15. First down, Jackets. Pat Narduzzi is a fucking clown. What an idiot. First and 10. King throws a short pass. Caught. Got blockers. Close to the first down. It's going to be about 2 yards short. Second down at the, what is that, the 7-yard line? Come on, Jackets. 2nd and 4. Let's go. From the 8. King's going to keep it. He's got room to run, puts his head down. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 2. First down, Jackets. What an all-time epic fail by Pat Narduzzi on that fucking 4th down call. What an idiot. What an absolute moron. Oh, Haynes King just, oh my God. This is what happened with Georgia Tech back who did they play week 1? It was some bad team. And they kept bad snaps and tripping over themselves. Remember that? They turned it over like 3 times, and it was Colorado, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was Colorado, and they turned the ball over 3 times in the first quarter. That's what that looked like right there. 2nd down and goal. What the fuck was that? Oh my God. Wide open. Haynes King, another sailor. They have, I mean, they have success running the ball with King and Jamal Haynes all game. And then they get inside the 5-yard line or close to the 5-yard line, and they start throwing these passes. It's not worked yet. And they still continue to do it. Oh, I don't get this. 3rd down and goal. King throws it into the end zone, back in the end zone, caught, touchdown. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Ha ha. Pat Narduzzi's epic failure on the 4th down call cost them. Still plenty of time left here. Now, Georgia Tech, don't do something stupid here and try to go for 2 points for no fucking reason. It seems like that. All right, they're going to kick the extra point here. That's what we need. And the extra point is good. 28-35 now. Game far from over. If Georgia Tech goes on to lose this game, that 99-yard pick 6 is going to be the reason they lost. Well, a lot of reasons, but that'll be the main reason. Here we go. What is going on? I don't know. This is an insane game here. This is an insane game here. But Tech pulls within 7 here with inside of 5 minutes, 4 minutes and something left. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they obviously they need to stop here. I mean, I think probably one more score, even if it's just a field goal by Pittsburgh, probably ends the game. So they need to stop here desperately. That's it. They need to stop here desperately. Georgia Tech is lucky as hell they aren't good. No. Tell me what's happened to Georgia Tech in this game that makes them lucky. I can't wait to hear the answer to that. Tell me one thing that's happened in this game that has made Georgia Tech lucky. If anything, they've shit all over themselves. They've given this game to Pittsburgh for the most part with bad decisions, bad play calling, bad situational play calling in particular. Family Time says fake punt. Yeah, well, that wasn't bad. That wasn't good luck. That was just bad execution by Pittsburgh and a dumb play call. The same way it was a dumb play call for Haynes King to be throwing it inside the 5-yard line for a pick 6 for 95 yards. I would say they are unlucky. Yeah, I would. They're more unlucky than lucky. Yeah. This is what fans do. If their team is losing, they're unlucky, or the other team's lucky. Well, just any given Saturday in college football. Yes, I agree with that. All right. Oh no, this is the Cal and Stanford game. Showing highlights of that. Stanford gets a scoop and score on defense. Beating the shit out of Cal right now. I say beat the shit out of them, about 24-10. All right, here we go. 4 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the game. Pittsburgh up by 7, and Georgia Tech kicks the ball off. And it's going to be a touchback. All right, this is it. I think a score of any kind here by Pittsburgh probably effectively ends this game. Georgia Tech defense, if they ever needed a stop in their life, they need it right now. They need it right now. Tech is lucky they aren't 7-4. Man, you sound dumb as fuck when you say that. 1st and 10. And a quick throw for about 5 yards. And Tech's defender is saying he didn't catch the ball, but I think he did, obviously. So that's going to be good for about 5 yards. The nature boy, I thought that said 40, not 4-quarter. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing? 2nd down and 4. They're going to run it this time. And good defense there by Tech. No gain on the play. Huge 3rd down here. Huge. It's huge. A huge 3rd down. Huge. This would be a huge stop if they could stop them here. From the 31. Oh, man. They let him convert up to the 45-yard line. 1st down, Pittsburgh. They really needed to stop him there. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 44. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. What the fuck was that? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Wow. 56 yards. Game over. Well, Georgia Tech shit down. You shit all over yourself. You tried hard. That was good. Yeah, it looks like Clemson's defense right there. You're right. What was that? I mean, between the offense giving up a 95-yard pick six and giving up that 56-yard touchdown there, I mean, that's the difference in the game right there. 42-28 now. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left. Unbelievable. 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 Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Georgia Tech deserved to lose this game. I mean, they did it to themselves. I mean, of course, you got to give credit to Pittsburgh. They came to play, but Georgia Tech just they didn't really ever look like they wanted to win the game from the get-go. Honestly, you can't go down 28-0 in the first quarter at home with the conference on the line. That's unbelievable. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Down 14 points again. Seems like every time they take one step forward, they take 2 steps back. You know? Yeah. Yeah, the first quarter was the first quarter was a disaster. That's the difference in the game. Pat Narduzzi sticking a piece of gum in his mouth like anybody wants to see that. It's gross. Haynes King throws it. Caught at the 40. They're still trying to stay. They're still trying to stay alive here. They're trying real hard. Haynes King throws it. There's a flag down. I don't know. This might be an offensive pass interference. Might have pushed off there. Yeah. Yeah. Now they're rowing the boat. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing everything they can to lose, and they're going to. That's what they're doing. Unbelievable. Haynes King back to pass on 1st and 25 now. Ball batted down, incomplete. Jeez. This game was a doozy. Yeah, you can say that's one way to describe it. Brent Key's stock is falling. I never really thought Brent Key was in line for any of these other jobs anyway. I don't know. I know his name kept coming up. I never really thought his name was in line with any of those jobs anyway. 2nd and 25. King under pressure. Oh, man. 3rd and a mile coming up. Narduzzi. Yeah, despite the fact that Narduzzi made a complete brain fart on that last drive, they're still going to win this game. Or not the last drive, the one before it. You know what I mean. The fake punt. Michael said, I just want another score. That's coming from a true betting man by you saying that. Is SMU going to win the ACC before Miami? Probably, yeah. At least I made $200 for dying inside. Damn. Oh, what'd you do? Bet against your own team, man? I can't do that. Even when if I know Clemson, if I don't feel good about Clemson covering or winning, I just won't bet the game. I can never bet against my own team. But I'm not saying there's not anything wrong with you doing that. I'm just saying I can't do it. Will Virginia actually win the ACC? They have a good chance of. I mean, that'll be a good game between SMU and Virginia Tech. Yeah, it'll be SMU and Virginia Tech. I mean, not Virginia Tech, Virginia. I don't know why I keep saying Virginia Tech. Yeah, it'll be the Mustangs and the Cavaliers. Yes. The ACC is a wild ride this year. A wild ride. Oh, I absolutely bet against Tech. I'm either happy or paid. I guess, yeah, that's one way to look at it. This is painful live at the game. Oh my God, you're at the game? Yeah, that would be painful. I feel for you. I mean, it's bad enough watching it on TV where your team lose, but it's always worse in person. Always. No, the SEC dong suckers won't allow it. Won't allow what? Tiger Baskins, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He didn't even say anything. But thank you. Dog. Appreciate you. Yeah, this game's just been painful to watch. Let me pull up my other. Get to watch the Falcons tomorrow. I'd skip that date. I know it's fall time and not winter or whatever, but the grass ain't growing. I'd go out and just pretend to mow the yard rather than watch the Falcons. Literally anything. Do anything other than watch the Falcons is what I would do if I were you. They are awful. They're about as bad as Florida. Let's see here. Panthers looking good. The Panthers I mean, they're 6-5. They win. They're a weird team. From a betting standpoint, though, the Panthers have been money. 3rd down and 24, and there we go. He's not going to get anywhere close to the first down. So it's going to be 4th and 24, and if they don't convert here, that is absolutely game. And judging from, I don't know how to say your name, Nine-Tailed Sniper, who's at the game. There you go. Game over. What was that? What was that? All right, there it is. Game is over officially. Pittsburgh will take over on downs, take a couple of knees, and that's going to end the game. Georgia Tech loses. Congratulations to Pitt for, I guess, ruining Georgia Tech's chances at both the ACC championship game and the playoff, which is unbelievable. So congratulations to Pitt on the win. Also, congratulations, probably more importantly, to the two teams that are going to be playing in the ACC championship game, and that is Virginia and SMU in the first week of December. Of course, next week we have the in-state rivalry games around the country, and then the first week of December we have the conference championship games. So we'll get to see Virginia and SMU battle that out. So any SMU fans in here, congratulations to you. You make it to the ACC championship twice in a row. Your first 2 seasons in the ACC, SMU is going to make it to the ACC championship game. That's actually very impressive. All jokes aside, for them to come in and do that, and they might win it. Well, they'll probably be favored in the game, honestly. So, anyway. Thank all the people that showed up tonight. Thank to all the people that hit the thumbs up. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, make sure you hit it before you leave. Thank you to all the people that commented. Any new subscribers that subscribed. Anybody who sent a super chat. All that stuff. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. I don't say that enough. I love you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. The way you are. And I'm not afraid to say it. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Sunday. Yeah, I'll do a State of the Fan address like I do every week. Even though Clemson played Furman, I'll do a video tomorrow. Clemson State of the Fan address tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. Also, it's officially hate week now. It's rivalry week. So if you have a rival out there, it doesn't matter what your record is. I mean, Clemson's terrible. South Carolina's terrible. The next 5 to 6 days, I get to absolutely rail on South Carolina and say everything is terrible about them and have no repercussions for it because that's what you're supposed to do. Anyway, all right, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you tuning in.